Killer.
Drink champs.
Beats in the
What's up, y'all? Your boy Jadakiss, yeah, I mean, you see who I'm with.
Yo, we here, baby.
Amar'e Stoudemire.
Slim Thug.
Slim Thug. Catch us live.
It's going down.
Drink champs.
You already know what it is, baby.
What it good be? Hopefully it's what it should be. This your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is Military Crazy War Drink Champs Yappy Hour. Make some noise! And right now, we talking about two brothers right here. One is a basketball legend turned to a, how you can say it, when you're a wine connoisseur,
Connoisseur?
Wine connoisseur.
He's a connoisseur of things.
He's a legend. He pulled in here in a bike. I don't know if it's a Harley Davidson, what kind of bike, but it's the first person who's ever showed up in Drink Champs with a goddamn bike. And I don't mean battle bike. He's one of those Jones. You know, legend, very respected brother, rookie of the year. So many accolades. We're gonna get into it, and we're also gonna talk about the other brother that's here. I thought it would be dope to just have these two together. And the other one, oh my God, is a legend. We heard that he came in the game rich with Pharrell.
With Pharrell?
No, they said when they signed him, he was already rich. It's like, how the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I've always wanted to ask this question. That's why I couldn't even speak outside. But his state is going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
And I think it was important to hear somebody from there. So in case you don't know what we talk about, we're talking about motherfucking Amar'e Stoudemire and motherfucking Now, Amar'e, I want to start with you immediately. Because I'm about to light a blunt. And I want to know, you out the NBA.
Yeah.
They not testing no more.
No.
But you think it's beneficial for an athlete to burn, or what is your stance on that?
I mean, for me, when I played, I didn't smoke at all.
Right, okay.
Because it affects my cardio, it affects my mental approach to the game.
Wow.
But everybody reacts differently to it, you know what I'm saying? So it depends on your intake,
Right.
you know, your intake. So if you can handle it and you can focus in and keep your cardiovascular up.
But had you before that? Like before you were...
No.
So you hadn't at all?
So whenever I played,
right,
I never indulged.
Wow.
So it was way after your career that you started?
I mean, off season you have like a month.
Okay, off season, okay.
Or like a week or two.
Right.
And then you start back training, and then it all goes back to...
Now I can tell you're a serious guy. Like I'll tell you don't play no games. But let me ask you one more. It's gonna hurt me to ask this question. Is the Knicks ever gonna be good ever?
I mean, possibly, bro. Yeah, they got a good squad now.
Cause I see you working with the Nets, right?
I'm with the Nets, yeah.
But what you mean we got a good squad now? What you just say?
I'm saying they solid,
just
bro.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs right now, they got, they what, 8 seed, 7, 8 seed? Yeah, they got,
I ain't been paying attention. They've been sucking so long.
They working hard. They got top defense in the league. They got like top 5 defense team in the league right now.
Wow, I didn't know that. See, I'm out the loop.
Well, that's why we got Drink Champs Sports.
Yes.
Right. Amar'e, I'm Drink Champs Sports. I want to say what's up. Shout out to everybody. But how about when you got into the league? You've always been, like N.O.R.E said, super serious, humble, but strong, dominant player. Is that like an everyday attitude when you got up?
On the court, for sure.
And you're coming from Florida, another Florida home team.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Florida. I was raised in New York, and I moved back to Florida for high school.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, on the court, I was always like trying to dominate, playing fierce.
There's enough proof that you've done it year after year. But one of the good questions I have that I thought was, how's that high school, straight from high school to the NBA? There's many athletes that done it in like a handful. Kobe, Moses Malone. How do you feel being part of that group?
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett?
Yeah, well, for me, I was in high school, man, in Florida, in my freshman year. I transferred to North Carolina.
Right.
So I had a Sharpie in my hand. My last day I was at the school, and I wrote on the bleachers, straight out of high school.
Nice.
I wrote on the wall, straight out of high school. And I let only
Some niggas was coming straight out of Compton, you was going straight out of high school. Okay.
You've always been somebody that people didn't want to play. They know the Phoenix Suns is coming up. They know Amar'e Stoudemire is coming up. The big man got something to deal with.
Yeah, for sure, man. I came out with no fear, bro. I was 18 years old when I was drafted, and I was like, look, I'm here to stay. You feel me? So when I came out, I was like trying to dominate every chance I got. And that was my mentality. Even though I was a player out of high school, I only played 2 years of high school basketball.
2 years?
2 years. So I started playing at 14 years old. I got drafted at 18. But my high school career, I played only 2 years, my freshman year and my senior year. So it was like, once I got there, I'm like, yo, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I took it over from there.
No, that adjustment period is tough for anybody. But let's say you're from Florida and you went to New York and then you went to Phoenix. The weather didn't affect you. You were already used to the hot.
Yeah, I was cool with that. Because when I was in Florida, I went to Phoenix, it was already hot. And I wanted to go to New York and play for the Knicks.
Right.
And so when I signed with the Knicks, I wasn't concerned with the weather at all. I was like, look.
No, of course not. At that point, fuck.
Yeah. So I was ready from that point, for sure.
So Slim Thug, man. I'm gonna be honest, it's so real that I had never heard of snow in Texas at all. I've never heard of that. Like, it was so real that when I first saw it on Twitter, I thought it was a joke. Because people were saying it's snowing in Texas. Obviously, for those first minutes where it was on Twitter, it was no tragedies at the time. It was just snow. And then I went back, and I'm like, what? There's possums freezing, there's pipes blowing,
Power grids off.
Possums freezing.
Yeah, like you ain't see that shit? It was a possum.
Yeah, that possum shit is crazy.
Yeah. Make sure we show that picture right now. Make sure we show that picture right now.
Climbing up and he's done.
Yeah, we haven't heard of it either, man. They said that haven't happened to Houston since like the 1930s, man.
Okay, so hold on. It has snowed in Houston before?
It has before, like if it,
what we
consider snow.
It has.
I thought Houston was like Miami climate.
Right, but it's not real snow. It's like a little on the grass.
Right.
No real, and that shut the whole city down. Right. So what we seen right here was something we ain't never seen before. So it like tore up a lot of stuff. It busted pipes all over the city, and then it had that black ice, pile-ups was going on in Fort Worth and stuff. So it's pretty bad, man. Water stopped. A lot of people still ain't got their stuff back. So it's crazy.
God bless, man. I never thought that, man. Can Miami withstand snow? What happens if it's snow in Miami?
In 2021, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like I said,
I've seen hail out here. We got hail.
We ain't used to that.
I've seen some shit in Vegas where like hail came down too, and it was almost like snow.
It snowed in Jerusalem, bro, when I was there.
Jerusalem?
It was snowing, kid. In the wintertime around December.
Isn't that supposed to be like where Jesus is from, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be going outside around that time. Like, hold on, wait, really? Going outside when it's snowing? Wow. I don't know about that.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Man.
Mother Nature ain't nothing to fuck with, guys.
Holy moly, guacamole, man. So, playing for the Knicks, right? What kind of fans are the Knicks fans?
Well, the Knicks fans, to me, what I figured out was like, they are very into the team. You feel me? Like they know.
Open up your shit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm already drinking. I'm ahead of you. I'm drinking your shit before you. You know what I'm saying? By the way, we drinking. What's that called? A stat? What's it called?
Stoudemire wine.
Stoudemire wine.
Yeah, this one right here is an orchard.
Take care of me.
Yeah. So when I played with the Knicks, man, it was like the fans actually were. What I found out was very like informative. They know the stats. They know the players. They know the draft picks. They know the coaches. And they also are like...
We got to get the owner out of here. Let's be clear.
I'm not sure this is the owner's fault.
You're not sure?
No, because listen, he
kicked Spike Lee out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Come
I don't know
man.
what's over there. And Charles.
Come on.
Yeah, I went on that. I don't know much about that.
You know the owner, right? What's his name?
Yeah.
Look, I ain't never going to play basketball, so it's okay. I don't like you, buddy. Like, the owner guy, I don't like you, bro. Like, you should give over, like, because it's just like he doesn't care as long as there's still seats.
Right. Which there'll always be seats with the Knicks.
There'll always be seats for the Knicks, right?
For sure.
Okay, but I think I'm cutting you off. But go ahead,
No, I was saying the fans are more so like in tune with everything.
Right.
You feel me? So one thing is aggravating about the fans are if you have one bad game, it's like the world's ending tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, wait, guys, it's 82 games within a year. Guys are not robots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Guys are going to be tired. Guys are going to have a bad game or two. But I do love the fans because they're so informative, and it makes you play to a high level.
Right.
You know, so.
That's another transition. You went from the West Coast to the East Coast. How was that?
Phoenix is considered West Coast?
Yeah, Phoenix the West Coast.
Yeah, that's Arizona. Word up.
Yeah.
I thought that is the West Coast.
That's mad West Coast too.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Midwest.
so it's right next to California. It's right there. Going Nevada.
I was in Arizona one time. It was so hot that I sweated and my sweat dehydrated. Like I didn't actually, it was so like smoggy. It evaporated. That's how hot it was. Like by the time I went like this, it was gone. But I felt it. Like salute, goddammit. We celebrate you, Durant over there. Salute, goddammit, somebody. But all right, so that's the West Coast. So you said, go ahead. Going from the West to the
so how do
East.
you prepare for that? I mean, going back home because it's New York and you're familiar with that, but it's a different professional adjustment.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the West Coast, I was always in L.A.
Right.
So I lived in L.A. every summer for 8 years. So I lived in L.A. like the entire time while I played in Phoenix for the summers. But then when I moved to New York, it was like I'm going back to the crib. You know, so all my friends that I grew up with or the friends I knew along the years were already there. So it was an easy transition for me. Right. And then basketball was similar because the coach, Mike D'Antoni, was my coach in Phoenix.
Right.
And the staff
So
that was there,
organized.
it was already organized for me.
Right.
I had a lot of young guys who was like non-all-stars, not familiar with going to the playoffs, not familiar with like championship caliber basketball.
Right.
So I had to somewhat teach them along the way, practice by practice, game by game, to build their confidence up to where they play high-level basketball.
Do you accept that mentorship role at that point, or you still a dog? You still
No.
in there?
I was still me.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, they saw the way I work. They saw my actions. It wasn't that I was also going to the Met Galas. I'm going to the Broadway shows. I'm going to the fashion shows, sitting courtside. All that extra. But at the same time, they saw me in practice early, training, staying late, hitting the weights. You know what I'm saying? They saw all that. So then, therefore, when they saw that, they started raising their game up and realizing, like, all right, bet. Because when I moved to New York, no player lived in the city. I'm like, hold on, no one lives in the city? It's like no one lived there since Patrick Ewing and them. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Man, listen, I'm going to find me a penthouse in Manhattan, I'm in Jordan, New York, and also bring high-level basketball.
And you did.
Who's harder to play against, LeBron or Kobe?
Ooh. Man, that's tough. That's tough because Kobe has a different type of intellect with the game.
I feel like Kobe he always talk shit to you.
No, he talked whenever you talk to him.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He was all business. And it was like strategic. LeBron was probably harder to play against because he was also more explosive. So it's like you guard LeBron, you can, actually, I take that back. Kobe's harder to guard because Kobe was like, you know, there was no weaknesses. With LeBron, we said, all right, make him shoot. We back off, make him shoot. If he get hot, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? He won that one. But sometimes he may not get hot, so you can back off of LeBron. That changed somewhat now because he's a much better shooter now. But Kobe was like, you can't back off of him. You can't force him left. You can't make him turn around jumper. Like everything we try to make him do, he does well. So it's like no game planning for Kobe. It was crazy, bro.
And it's fair to say that's from minute 1 to minute 48.
That's the entire game.
Right.
Fourth quarter, he's a different animal. He's a whole different player now. He's like even more focused and like even more dominant.
Talk about Kobe. Okay.
LeBron's like an even guy. He's going to give you 25, 8 and 8. Kobe's going to give you 45, 50 points, 60 points.
Like at times, like LeBron slows down, where Kobe and Jordan.
Down, bro.
I feel like Kobe and Jordan was like more killers.
Yeah,
Am I right for that assessment? And LeBron is a killer too, but it's more of a like he had to get taught that type of thing.
Yeah, LeBron's an all-around basketball player.
Right.
He's a complete basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like he does everything. You know, he does everything good, right? Kobe was a great scorer. He wasn't as good of a passer as LeBron. He's not a rebound guy like LeBron, but he's a great scorer and a great leader. So he was able to, like, you know, facilitate the game in that way. It's crazy, man.
Between having Steve Nash in Phoenix and then having Raymond Felton in New York, is it fair to say that you had chemistry the same?
Yeah, it was the same, bro. It was the same. I mean, Steve Nash is more of a he's a 90, 40, 90-40 guy, right? It's 90% from the free throw line, 40% from three, and 50 from the field, right? So that's very rare to have. Ray was, so that made Steve like a better player from that standpoint. But Ray was also very good because he's a player, when you have a dominant big who can like get him open and then create offense for himself and draw the defense in and where guys are open, so it makes the job easier for point guards if you got shooters. So Ray was able to adjust, and we spent time together. We like talked in practice. We went over a few things after practice. We built chemistry, so it made Ray even an all-star caliber point guard because we built that chemistry same as I did with Steve.
Now, Slim Thug, I gotta ask this rumor, man.
What up?
Because they say Jimmy Iovine signed you, right?
Right.
And then you was with Pharrell.
Right.
But the rumor was that you was rich already.
Right.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty much.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Yeah. Nah, it wasn't as bad as you think. It was really just from underground music. I was an underground artist, and you know what I'm saying? And when I started in 1998, I was 17 in high school. So, you know.
Best year of my life, 1998.
Right. That was 1998. So, you know, I was killing them back then, making money. Doing underground mixtapes, but the only thing, it was chopped and screwed, you know. So if you from out of town and you ain't never listened to that, you never knew who the hell I was.
Right.
But you know.
Oh, so your tapes was originally what you got rich off of was chopped and screwed.
Was chopped and screwed. Rapping on y'all beats, you know, basically.
Chopping and screwed.
But chopped and screwed.
So it was like, you know, that's how people knew me, you know, from rapping on, you know, everybody else beats and it being chopped and screwed. And then later on, we did Still Tipping, and that came out, and that was something that crossed over out of the Texas chopped and screwed market. And
who else was on that record with you?
Me, Mike Jones, and Power Wow.
Oh yeah,
that's a crazy record.
So
that's when y'all
actually,
niggas had
I was
the
already
game
signed.
fucked up.
I was actually already signed before that, though. You know, just off of them seeing what I was doing, you know, independently. Pharrell came to the city, and it was a few people came out. Your boy Ike came, got me, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ike. Ike, everybody came, got me.
I'm glad you ain't go with that nigga. I'm telling you. That's my brother.
That's the bro. But we, you know, we just was doing our thing, you know, underground, independent. We was making so much money, we just didn't want to sign no deals. We was like, we ain't finna give y'all this, and we already making this, you know, at home. We rather just get the money than be famous. So that's how it, you know, started. And then eventually, Jimmy Iovine gave me a deal where I could still do my independent underground stuff, so it made sense.
That's crazy that they would create those deals like that, though.
Because
they understood it at
that's
that
what they kind of
point.
did with Eminem. Remember, Eminem was kind of signed to Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine gave him the Dre.
No, but what he's saying is they allowed him to still sell the underground tapes, right?
Right.
Chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
Right. But you know, labels wasn't doing that until
Right.
because the thing is, you couldn't fuck with Texas markets like this. They was doing that already. They didn't need the label.
I always knew there's gonna be an artist that come from Texas that don't need to sell nowhere else but Texas.
Right.
That's how big it is.
That's how big Texas
That's how big Texas is. Like this, I remember going on tour with Texas. It was two different time zones. Like one was here.
Texas supposed to be its own country at one point. You know what I'm saying?
12 hours. You could drive an hour in Houston, you know, to somewhere in Houston. It's wild like that. Yeah.
I still can't get over this. What is it? What is it called? Global warming.
Right.
Is this a sign of global warming?
Definitly a sign. Like I say, we ain't never seen that either. We never seen this. That's why we weren't
He
prepared
just
for
said
it.
it snowed when Jesus was born.
Right.
Come on.
In Bethlehem, it snows in the wintertime.
And oh my God.
Ain't got goose.
Oh, you didn't think it snowed back then?
I don't know. I'm thinking like, you know, they wore animals or something. I don't know. Like, this shit is crazy, man. You really be going there. You really going to Israel.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I follow you on Instagram. I be like, I be worried sometimes.
No, I'm in there, bro. I was there for 4 years.
Yeah, but really?
Damn.
Wow.
You was out there playing also?
Yeah, I was also playing.
But you didn't go there to play. You went there to study?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Describe that, because this is like, I believe you're the only person I know like this.
Yeah, because I mean...
Like what?
That got this rich and then goes and wants to better themselves. And, you know, this is dope.
Yeah, man. It was definitely... It happened naturally, bro. It wasn't never a plan of me growing up like I want to go move to Israel.
Right.
It just happened.
You moved there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was there for 4 years.
Wow.
I moved there.
In Jerusalem.
I was in Jerusalem for 3 years and 1 year in Tel Aviv.
Because Jerusalem, it's pretty bugged out though, because all the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews are all there together.
Everyone's there.
And they would think you Muslim, right? Is that like...
No, they really didn't. They didn't know what to think, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because first of all, I was going to play, so it took a lot of the eyes off of like a religious side and more so like the athletic basketball side. So I was able to somewhat, get engulfed in it without being like a religious guy in whatever sector.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I grew up an Israelite.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So my family are Hebrew Israelites, and so I was able to somewhat learn from that growing up. And then it just gravitated me to go to Israel and see what I've been learning firsthand.
Wow.
So I went there on that space.
That's dope.
Now, did they have a nightlife? Did they got clubs out there and shit like that?
Shit, man.
Yeah, Israel's they got everything.
I'm reading the Bible, man. Come on.
Jerusalem's pretty religious, but Israel as a whole, like Tel Aviv is wild, man.
Listen. Listen.
They got a South Beach out there?
They got everything out there.
Hey, listen,
They
man.
got everything out there.
You got the Mediterranean Sea, right? So the Mediterranean Sea is on the coastline of Jaffa, down to Tel Aviv, all through Herzliya. So all this time is all beach town.
This sounds like all fly shit to me.
Everybody, and think about this too. All the Jewish people that are there came from different parts of the world and went to Israel. So now you have this mixed culture of beautiful people that are there. Wow. You seeing all these
kinds of people,
exotic eyes, and this amazing curly hair, and this happening, and this happening, like.
And you don't look tall, wouldn't it?
Make some noise for that. Holy shit, that
don't notice.
So they say that Israel gives as much love as China does to the athletes in the NBA, or the ball game rather in total.
Yeah, you have a lot of guys that played over there. Nate Robinson played there for a while. You have a lot of NBA.
One man they knocked out?
A lot of NBA, yeah.
That's
the one that, one
that's fucked up though, right?
Yo,
he need a fair one.
I saw a lot.
He need a rematch.
Could you?
No, listen, I don't know who this trainer was, man, because he was like fighting like a street fight.
Hands down, man. Because is it fair to say because it was against Jake Paul?
No, it doesn't matter. He just was fighting like not in a boxing stance.
Right.
He was throwing wild, hooks. It was like,
You saying bad training?
Just bad training, bro. It had to be bad training. Bad training.
That's ill. I never heard nobody break it down that way. Bad training.
It had to be bad training, bro.
I can tell you fuck with him though. You ain't blaming on him at
No,
all.
it's my guy. It's my big three partner, man. We play together in the same squad, the big three.
You know, he played the Big Three. It was in the Big Three league.
You
know, actually the first time we met, I know you probably meet a lot of people, but I was in Brooklyn for that game, and I went in the post game and with you and Julius, the legend, Julius
Dr. J,
and you guys were there, so I was able to talk to y'all for both of y'all for a little bit.
Right, absolutely.
That's dope.
Absolutely, man.
Damn. You fucked me over with the Nate shit, man. My bad. Yo, so is it a plus when you working with a super producer, assigned to a super producer, or is it a minus? Because, I don't know.
The process was fun. That was the best process I ever had making an album. It's more expensive, you know what I'm saying, to get your money back and get on the other side. It gotta be working.
You know you got the budget.
It just gotta work. You know what I'm saying? If it's working, if you got it, and you working with him and y'all making hits and it's going crazy, it's good. But if it ain't going like that, then it ain't gonna make sense. Shit ain't gonna add up, But at the end of the day, man, working with Pharrell, that was the best process I ever had. But I had more success doing it without him. You know what I'm saying? Like independently, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
you wish you would have stayed independent?
Huh?
You wish you would have stayed independent?
Nah, I'm happy I did that. Honestly, I had a great time. Like, it was really a life-changing thing. Like, it was so much inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Even just being in his presence, talking to him, traveling to Japan with, going to Nigo crib.
Konnichiwa.
Man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was just so mind-blowing. I'm sure he put in plays for me to do stuff with Gwen Stefani and, and maybe Beyonce. No telling, he skateboard P, So, no telling how far that took me. So, I'm definitely happy. And that's like probably my favorite album, I did, so.
But if those deals you had allowed you to still sell underground, it's almost like you major and independent.
It wasn't even me leaving the majors had nothing to do with Pharrell. It was more about the actual people.
What you prefer, major or independent?
Independent now, because independent because of, like I say, it always been like that. I always felt independent. I I don't feel like one of the mainstream rappers who gonna have songs that's be on hits radio, you know, on the radio making millions and stuff. I just feel like my voice on some underground type of. So I feel like to make the flip work, I need to be independent on my music, you know, because I might not sell 1 million albums every time, but if I could keep selling that 100, you know, 3 times, yeah, I'm good with that. You know, it makes
Couple
sense.
million right there.
You know, and then on my masters, you know, over the years it adds up. I'm doing good. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? So I like where I'm at. But at the end of the day, I did have a great time, you know, with Star Trek. What happened with that was the whole label left. My A&R left. Geffen, you know, everybody who worked there changed. So
what
now
type
I'm
of sounds
dealing
there
with
at
new
that
people.
time?
Huh?
What type of sounds at Star Trek at that time?
I don't know. I don't remember, bro. On the cool, I remember meeting him, but I know he was with him. I don't know how, you know, what the. I think he was after.
Okay.
Yeah, after. Yeah, but Steven Victor was working for me, bro. Now look at who he at right now, bro. To see like him, you know, Ice, everybody, man. It's a blessing, you know, to see the guys bounce up like that, man.
You like the industry?
Huh?
You like the industry?
The industry, I love it, man.
Okay.
I love everything about it. You know. Really, I want us to have more ownership. That's it, bro. Like on everything, on every
That's
level.
why we drinking stack shit right now.
Right, exactly.
That's what I want to see.
Very important part. I want to see more. I want to see. I wish it was like the fat phone days and shit. You know what I'm saying? FUBU when niggas used to go to the store buy our shit. You know what I'm saying? Rock our shit. They need to get back to that, man.
How did you come into the wine thing? Like,
I mean, honestly, I was so I traveled the world doing wine tasting.
People pay you.
No, I was going on my own.
But you were trying to do that. You were trying to get into the business.
No. I was traveling anyways, right?
Oh, okay.
So I go to Athens, Greece. I go to France. I go to all these places, and I would go while I'm there.
Right.
I take historical site to match up what I'm learning in the Bible to be artifacts and true with what I'm seeing in history.
Wow.
And then I will also go and taste wine and do the food and wine pairing.
Wow.
So when that happened, I was doing that for a few years, and then when I moved to New York, I bought this crazy penthouse in New York, and I was having these parties at the house. And the guy that was providing all the booze for me was a guy who's like into wine. He was like, his main job was like selling wine, and he mentioned to me, he's like, "Stat, you should have your own wine one day." And I thought it was just kind of bluffing. I'm like, "All right, yeah, that sounds good." So I met a guy from there. And we started talking, and he's like, "Hey, you know, you can definitely have your own wine. Let's talk." So we had a conversation about it, and then it took me about for this wine right here, for the Reserve. This label, there's 3 bottles within this collection.
Wow.
So there's Reserve, which is this one. You have the Grand Reserve, and you have the Private Collection.
Which one we drinking now?
These are from Israel. So the vineyard, this vineyard's from Israel.
Right? It's aged.
Yeah, this year right here is a 2017.
Okay.
And it took me like about 7 months to figure out the labels, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to build something for the Stoudemire name, for the family, for my children.
Right.
So that way when they get older, they inherit something, the legacy.
Right.
And so I took 7 months to figure out the label that would become timeless, right?
Wow.
So, and these bottles are expensive.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do then is say I want to create a similar blend, but a lower price scale bottle.
Right.
And so I linked up with the family, the Herzog family out of California, and we created the new Stoudemire wine, the Origin, which is like
out of
this is out of California.
Okay, Napa or no?
No. Close to Napa, but it's not exactly Napa.
Okay.
I forget the actual name of the region, but it's in California.
Right.
And this is a $29 bottle.
Right.
But it has
As
the same,
opposed to this one,
but
which
it has
is
the same flavor as the expensive bottle.
Okay.
You feel me?
And
So
what did that run you?
this right here is running you $69.
60,
This is the lowest one, 69, 79, and then 99.
Okay, cool.
Are the 3 bottles.
Right.
This is 29. For the mass public, for the people who want to taste wine and have the same type of taste but can't afford these bottles, I want to create something less expensive for the mass public. So that's how we came up with this one. One interesting point about this bottle also is that the label, the artist Naturel. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with the art space, but Naturel is an artist, a world-renowned artist. He's actually one of 5 artists that was selected to be the artist for top sports, like the
cards,
the playing cards.
Right.
So out of all the artists in the world, he was chosen to be one of the top 5 artists to create that particular space for tops for cards, right? So this bottle is not only a good bottle to drink, but it's also a collector's item because this artist is a very, very world-renowned artist. So that's why you see the 3D line of Judah kind of popping out because it's like, that's the artist naturel.
So speaking on wines, right? Like how does a company like a Camus, Opus One, how do we make a company like yours? How do we get to that spaces? Like where you go to Carbones and these is the actual wines that they offer you. How do we get your wine to be looked at as prestigious as those type of companies?
Yeah, you know what it is that a lot of...
By the way, that was a real wine question, by the way. You know what I mean?
That's a real wine question.
That was a real wine question. I was proud of myself just now. I'm sorry.
That's a high level wine question right there.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think the answer to that is that when you create your own wine, there's like a hierarchy, right? There's like a certain group of companies that have their hands on the pulse of wine, right? So if you're able to now create a wine and get linked up with a Southern, for an example, who's like the major distributors of wine.
Right.
These guys have, accounts with the Fontainebleau. They have accounts with these major restaurants.
Right.
And so once you get involved with them, and they'll now will be able to then allow other restaurants, bars, or clubs to call them and say, hey, do you have the Stoudemire wines?
Right.
And then they have a shipload of that, and then they can send it in.
Right.
But if you don't have a distributor like Southern or these other companies, then people, you have to do your own thing, like talk to the club yourself, or talk to this person yourself, and like, hey, do you mind buying my wine and putting it up for sale there?
Right. Which usually they'll ask you to get connected with the distributor to make it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you some funny shit sometimes. Sometimes, I would just look at like I would look at Collis or Jay's Instagram, and I would see them drinking a Dujac, right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And I would go like, and I would search this shit. Me and Diego, I would hit Diego right there. I would go like, you see Collis Instagram? Like, he's like, yeah, I'm like, those bottles right there, I want to know what those are. And I would go, and we would go to the thing, to Total Wines or whatever, and these people would say, that's a good bottle. But here's the one that's ranked this year top 99 or 90 or whatever they say. I forget what they say in the joint. And we would buy these wines that they recommend and some of them would suck.
Yeah. I mean, it all based on.
I would be like, oh shit.
Right. It's somebody else's opinion, man. I mean, obviously, like for me, I'm the only black kosher winemaker in the world.
Right. How about Dwayne Wade? Dwayne Wade got something too, right?
Yeah, Dwayne got a wine also.
Okay.
Yeah. So, which means that I cracked the market that was never infiltrated before.
Wow. And these are in stores now?
He's in stores.
Wow. Yep. In Miami.
In Miami, yep. In the United States.
Wow, all over. Okay, goddamn it.
Yeah. So what happens with the Southern distributor? Whatever state you're in, if you want the Stoudemire wine, you got to call the company will call them and say, hey, Southern, we want 5 cases of Stoudemire wines, and then they'll ship it out.
Right.
So it's there in that state, but you got to call. They got to call the distributor in order to get that in the stores.
Right.
And like we said, like these prestigious wine companies that's been around. What made you say your last name? Because why you didn't want to keep it even and just?
Well, I thought about that because I wanted to somewhat.
Because suppose a person doesn't like you as a basketball player.
Yeah.
But you still want them to buy your wine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So. Like, what made you use your name? You know what I'm saying?
I think the reason why I did it because I wanted something to last for my children, for the family, for the legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For them to be able to say, this is my family's wine.
Right.
That's when it comes to business, your last name. Think about all these companies that are named after their family's last name.
I seen a clip of that on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
Like Bentley's the last name.
Bentley's the last name.
Yeah.
All these guys are Kraft's the last name. All these are last names
that become brands that you forget is even a name.
Right, exactly.
And that's what you want. For it to be just a brand that rings.
Right.
Yeah, so for all that, economic empowerment, it's about really being able to provide a legacy for my children so when they become my age, they can say, this is my family's wine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can have that prestige conversation with their friends and say, hey, we can talk boss talk. You feel me? We can talk that talk because this is my family's wine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to name it after like my last name for the family.
Wow, that makes it much up.
You never had any confusion with Damon Stoudemire?
Yeah. Well, no, not recently. But when I first got to the league, they asked me like, "Is that your family?" And I told my uncle about that. I was like, "Unc, are we related to the Stoudemires with the A instead of the E last name?"
He was point guard for the Trailblazers.
Yeah. He was like, "Actually, we do because when the Stoudemires came to America, they migrated to different parts of America, and through that transition, the lettering was changed." in the last name. So he's
Where's
like
the name come from originally?
Stoudemire is like a, it says a Greek last name. Or not a Greek, a German last name.
You play ball some though?
Not really.
Okay. You one of them tall niggas that don't know how to play ball? No!
I'm one of them tall niggas that was like, man, I ain't finna be playing basketball for free. Man, I see niggas like getting $100 million.
You know what?
I try to make my son play.
I think about my questions before I asked them. I swore you was gonna say, yeah, nigga, I'm trying to do it. He's gonna bite you. You know we got the out of shape Olympics. we play handball on Friday. Yeah. Play. Who laughed when they
I saw that handball. I saw that handball. Lori like.
I'm gonna make this sport. I'm gonna take this sport national, man. I'm gonna make it national. It's gonna be for. It's an old Puerto Rican game, New York Puerto Rican game, man.
In my I see you be running this shit, right?
Nah, I fell off, man. I got injured, but I fell off. I'm gonna get my life back together though. But then I got injured that day. I thought I was doing ill with the handball. Turned around and ran into a weight. It was literally a weight on the floor. Boom! My big toe, my toe like this.
Football.
Yeah, my toe like this right now. I can't even hardly walk. But I'm gonna recover. I'm coming back. So we're gonna invite you to the games. You should never play handball.
Never played handball in life.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? There's racism in our community, man. If you don't know handball, you've never played handball, you have been dealing with racism, man.
Yeah.
Not just playing. Not the right choice of words. But baseball?
I run 3 miles every day though, so I'm good. Like,
I'm talking about growing up. You ain't played no type of sports?
Man, I was in the streets, man. I wasn't trying to stay after school. Hell, what?
He's getting rich before the deal, man.
For free? Hell no. Missing all the fights on the block now. I wasn't with none of that.
You one of them niggas that ain't play with toys?
I didn't believe it was going. I didn't believe it was real. I didn't believe I could go to the NBA, man. Right. But you know, I try to tell my kids to play. You know, because I see these guys get these 100 mils. I'll be like, man, you can't beat that money, man.
That's wild.
I don't give a fuck how much raps I do. James Harden gonna get more hoes because he got the 100 million.
Right.
So I try to tell him. You know, but shit, you know, at that age, I just ain't believing that shit.
What's your favorite part of the game? Is it making the music or performing it?
Making it, definitely making it, yeah. I like to do shows, but I wear shades, have my eyes closed and shit, because if I look in the crowd, I forget the words and shit. Yeah,
you perform with your eyes closed?
Wait, what?
I never heard like that. I get distracted and forget the word on some steel tipping shit. Like this shit I did 1,000 times. I fucking.
Oh, shit. Yeah. No, have you ever forgot your lyrics?
Do you have a backup track?
Nah, I'm hip hop, bro.
Oh, you hip hop as a motherfucker. I need a backup track on everything.
Hey, you still close your eyes? You close your eyes to your backup track?
On backup track on everything.
See, I come from a generation that they judging me. If I were to do that, like I got one track that I don't have the track for, and that's just I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? And I make it clear. Like before I perform it, I'll be like, hey. I ain't got the instrument to do this. Don't exist.
I'm proud of you.
So don't none of y'all motherfuckers try to say I ain't hip hop.
You want the voice mental?
No,
I guess the voice mental. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all I got. So I actually, but yeah, like for my generation, like you can't see Nas come out with no vocals. Right. You can't see Jay come out with. You can't see Jadakiss. Yeah. That our shit was. We were supposed to sound like the record, and if we don't sound like the record, we supposed to sound like the live performance, which is even better. You know what I'm saying?
You can't hear the lyrics after I rap over them, but
you said you came out 98. You said you came out 98, nigga. We hold you to the same standards.
Nah, man, look, y'all way more hip hop serious. Like,
in case you ain't know,
look, I did a show with Big Crit. I did a show with Big Crit. He sent me the vocals early and everything. Like, yo, bro, I'm coming to your city. Let's do this motherfucker. I get up there, I forget that motherfucker. I did that bitch 100 times in the car, bro. I swear I knew that bitch. I got out there, I fucked up. I say, damn, bro. But I back up track from here on out.
So what do you do though? Do you look at Big Crit and go, don't worry about it?
You know, I'm gonna
it was still cool. I'll freestyle that shit or something, make it look like I know.
Because you know, I was 5%, and you have to memorize. You have to memorize your lessons. So somebody told me something. He said, whenever you're trying to memorize something, do some awkward shit while you're trying to remember it. So, like, you know, take off your socks and take a shit.
Come on, I thought you were putting yourself real.
Remember, you gotta make sure you remember.
It's in your mental. You gotta do something stupid. Like, all right, cool, I'm a jog.
I ain't never gonna forget that because I was taking off my socks and taking this shit and I remember that shit.
Hey, man, it works.
A lot of my homies 5%. A lot of my homies 5%.
You got listen. And in order to remember,
Say it one more time, cause
like dudes, you gotta like when you if you want to.
He already forgot it.
I don't.
Because you too high, man. I realize
I'm always smoking too. That's
you're
the
a smoker.
problem.
You're a smoker.
Yeah,
I respect that. But whenever you try to memorize something that you really need to do, you should do it in the most awkward way. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it in the shower. You know what I'm saying? With your clothes on or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, put on a swimsuit and get in the shower and you just keep saying it to yourself. You'll be so awkward. What you did was so awkward.
It's memorable.
Yeah, it's memorable and it'll stick with you.
I'll try that. I'm gonna definitely try that because I want to.
It just gotta be
some crazy shit.
It just gotta be like a little awkward. You just gotta do like and you'll remember everything.
I'm gonna try that.
That's secrets, man. You know what I'm saying? I gave some shit up for y'all right now. Goddamn, make some noise for me. You ever work with Dr. Dre?
Man, I had a Dr. Dre beat, but I can't say I worked with him. I had that motherfucker, but I left Interscope, so I didn't never get it cleared. No, sir. But it was
so he
one
gave
of the
you
best
one.
No, I got it from, what's the boy name? Teddy? Is his name over there? He ran it? Yeah.
Interscope?
Yeah, Interscope. His name was Teddy. I forgot his name. He doing some boss shit now. I wasn't in the industry long enough to remember all the motherfuckers like that, but it was a bad motherfucker. But I never got it cleared though now, so I never put it out.
You ever had what was your worst game you ever had to you?
My worst game?
Yeah.
Man.
That you wish you just do this over right now. You want, yeah.
Man, listen, let me think. My worst game. Never thought about this before. My worst game?
Yeah. No. Or maybe worst play, like LeBron ever dunk on you?
My worst play was in the playoffs against the Heat. I was with the Knicks.
Is that when you punched
That's when I hit the fire
That's
extinguisher.
right, and you broke your hand?
Yeah, I just cut my hand.
Oh, okay.
It was after the game, I think it was like game 3 and we lost. You know, sometimes after the game you like hit the side of the wall, like bam, bam, hit the side of the wall. So when I hit the side of the wall, it was I caught the edge of the fire extinguisher.
And cut his shit
So
out.
I'm walking into the locker room.
So the wall hit back.
My teammate, the fire extinguisher hit back with the uppercut.
It's probably the wall homie.
A lot of people thought I was like, bam, and punched the fire extinguisher. No, it was one of those like, damn. You know, it was one of those moments where you like, the game's over, we lost, playoffs, you hit the wall. But I caught the edge of the fire extinguisher. And so it sliced my hand. And so I'm walking into the locker room, my man was like, yo, Stat, look at your hand. I looked down, like, oh! Because I felt nothing. So I had to, it was like bleeding all over the place. My man had to come and like put stitches in right then and there. Wow. I got about maybe like 45 stitches.
Damn. So that was a big ass cut. That wasn't a little piece.
It was 1 centimeter from my nerve. Oof. And if it had caught my nerve, I would have lost all feeling in my hand.
Wow. Just so you know, I use that as an example to my kids when I coach to what not do.
Yeah, because it's like everyone does it, right? Sometimes some guys kick over the chair. Some guys you see some players flip over the training table when they're mad and upset.
Pistons walked out when they was upset. Remember when they lost? They didn't even give a person a 5.
Yeah, you had the rumble in the palace when the Pistons jumped into the stands.
That was Ron Dead Metal.
Ron with Metal World Peace in there.
Yeah,
Queensbridge.
Stephen Jackson in them. Yeah, them boys jumped into in the crowd. But you have those emotions after the game where, you feel like you got to let that out. And sometimes it happens in the locker room where a lot of you guys may not see it or hear it, you know what I'm saying? But you hear like the reporters saying, oh, well, there was an altercation in the locker room. Right. Guys are upset about the loss. But inside of the locker room, it's like, hey, man, it's like face to face, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those moments where the emotions hit, and I hit the wall, but I caught the edge of the fire extinguisher and it sliced my hand up. That was like one of my lowest moments I've had in my career where I felt
you ain't get dunked on or nothing. Like Bron ain't dunk on you and be like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's been some plays where, you know what I'm saying, like some cats surprised me with like a dunk or two.
Really?
Well, never like a dunk on moment.
Right.
You dunk on me, I'm coming back at you. So oh, you dunked on me, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna help you up off the ground. Good job, guys. No. None of that. I'm coming back at you. The next play, like, yo, Melo, bring it over here. You know what I'm saying? And we getting active. And most players, they know that. Like, for example, like if somebody's scoring on a player and it's like, man, listen, you got to get him back. So like,
And they throw to your ball.
Yeah, like.
Because everybody think all rappers get along or all rappers know each other. I think everyone thinks that about all basketball players.
No, we don't get along. There's times in the game where like somebody say something crazy, and you know they like a studio gangster. They're just saying, "Oh yeah," you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, this, that, and the third. Like, all right, I'm gonna see you after the game.
Right.
After the game, it's like, where you at? They on the bus, like, man, I ain't coming off the bus. Yeah, all right.
Oh wow, y'all be about that life.
I had one moment with Stephen Francis, man. I was about to take his head off.
Early.
We was in Houston.
Okay. Okay.
I dunked on Yao Ming and I screamed like, ah!
Yeah.
Steve put his forearm in my throat. And I'm like 20 years old. He kind of give me one of those. I'm like, so I'm about to go back out. My teammates hold me back. Joe Johnson will hold me back. Timeout call. I go to the sideline. I'm like, Coach, I gotta get him. I ain't finna let this slide. Like, Amar'e, look at me. I won't look at him. He's like, look at me. So I look at him. He's like, calm down. Just relax. Breathe. Take it in. So, all right, Coach. So I looked at him. I calmed down. I breathed. I took it in. The game was played. I had like 35. We won the game. Houston's now in Phoenix.
Wow.
We're in the street. They stand here and they went to this restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I'm outside the restaurant.
Hell yeah.
Like, yo, I know he's in there. You might as well tell him to come out and catch his fade. Yeah. The homie's like, I think it was with Orlando or Rockets, one of the two. The homie's like, Amar'e, we know what it is. Just let it go, let it slide. So we stood there, went and smoked a cigar at the little spot around the corner. Went back. The guy still looking out the window like, I'm like, we still here. So the homie's like, it was like an hour, 2 hours later, my homie's like, listen, Stat, don't even worry about it, man. Let it slide, bro.
Because you get it twisted. Y'all from the hood. Y'all, it's just playing sports, but all y'all are like.
You come to my hood, everybody got gold teeth and dreads.
Lake Wells.
Yeah, facts. Polk County, you come to the hood, it's like you see nothing but gold teeth and dreads, and they're looking at you like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that ain't no joke. Polk County ain't no joke.
It's a whole different vibe, man.
Wow, that's real.
But Steve Francis, my guy, man, I love him, man. I always respected him for his game. And after that moment, I kind of squashed it all. And we never really talked about it. We never brought the conversation up. It was always respect when I saw him. You know what I'm saying? So even to this day, it's always respect and love. It's not even, we don't even take it there no more. You feel me? Like that's gone and that's in the past. But you know, I give him all respect for everything he going through, everything he went through. I give him nothing but love and blessings from my way to his. You know what I'm saying? So he can keep stacking, keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no hate on my side. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what's up. Make noise for that. Like, is there like, you know, like when you're the rookie, is there like hazing or like you know, like who do we have on here? We had Trinidad James on, right? And Trinidad James said, yo, when he first got in the game, he flat out didn't like T.I. And I said, why? And he said, you know, T.I. just didn't show him love, he didn't whatever. And I was like, yo, I kind of had to take T.I.'s side, not to mean, because what I mean is, we don't know if when they're a new guy, we don't know if you're gonna be here for a long time. We don't know if you're gonna be is it like that in the NBA?
You get rookie hazing. I had to bring in some donuts and orange juice every morning.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Krispy Kreme, I had to bring Krispy Kreme donuts and orange juice every morning.
For the whole team?
For practice, for the team. So I brought in 2 dozen of like Krispy Kreme donuts and orange juice. That was cool.
Okay.
But I had I had my seat on the bus, and I sat in the back on the bus, and I was a rookie, and it was somebody else's seat, and I was sitting there before, and it was like, yo, this is my seat. I'm like, I'm from a different era, bro. I wasn't getting finessed by nothing. You feel me? So, but I respected him for that, and then he let me actually keep the seat. But only rookie hazing I got was, you know, it's just, you know, bringing donuts in the morning and orange juice, and I did it every morning for them.
Wow. What other hazing you seen going? You seen them like?
Yeah, I seen cats got to bring like a Dora Explorer backpack to the games.
A Dora Explorer?
Yeah, I got to bring a Dora Explorer backpack.
All season.
The whole season, bro. Until the first game of next
season. How does
season.
someone make someone do that shit?
It's a brotherhood. It's part of the culture.
Yeah,
it's for fun.
Yeah,
They're not really.
You gotta wear that shit next time.
It's for brotherhood, bro.
It's for brotherhood. It's for the culture.
Oh shit! Hell no.
How about you? You felt like that? Did you feel like the older generation embraced you when you first came out, or how was it when you? Because I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question for me. I did not feel like the older generation embraced me at all. I thought they were looking at me like, hurry up, little nigga, get your little 15 minutes and get the fuck out of here.
They haze you, though. They
haze me, but that was enough to be like, I hate older niggas at that time.
If they can't hate you,
I hated them older.
But hazing means someone has control. They have control of the situation.
Because you know that's the generation before me. Besides Kane and them, is the hippity hoppity dudes. Those dudes didn't show me no love. They were like, go ahead. Like that's how I felt. Like, they was like, hurry up, get up out of here.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. That's why I want to show them. I'm gonna be here forever.
It was like that at first, but after a while, you know, I got a lot of love from cats like Von B, Scarface, so, you know, I can't complain, man. I did get a lot of love from
But at first, they probably was like...
At first, they was like, who was the dude from the North Side? It was just like that from everybody. You know, North Side is the side where nobody really messed with. Everybody was on the South Side, so, you know, I had to make everybody respect the North Side, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that was.
And you the only one from the North Side?
The first one from the North Side.
Who else
like
from the
really
North?
like, you know, the Mike Jones, Power Walls, and all them, they came after, you know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different thing. Really, it was like, you know, Crips and Bloods, like the North Side, South Side, they ain't really mess with each other. So that's the DJ screwed them. They didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? No, they didn't
and you
like
making
the
chop
North
and
Side.
screw music.
Right, that's why they ain't like us.
Because you wasn't messing with them, but doing that.
Right.
You on the North Side
right.
shit,
We
doing
on
that
the North Side,
Side.
but we had to create our own because they ain't messing with us. You know
And
what
that
I'm
ended up
saying?
being the sound of the whole state, basically, at a point.
Nah, they really created, you know, they was the landmark, everything. It's when we came, we did get a lot of success, though, you know, off of it, too, though, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little, you know, beef initially, but then, you know, eventually we teamed up and got it together and, you know, squashed it.
Rest in peace, Screw.
Yeah, shout out ESG, me and him got together. R.I.P. DJ Screw.
Bro came out hard though, because when I was even bumping his music down here in Florida.
We all
Nah, he's a
Man,
legend.
turn it up to the max, baby.
He's a super legend. I ain't gonna front shot time, baby. It's shot o'clock.
It's a shot clock?
I ain't gonna lie. We going I'm a Ciroc shot guy. There's tequila over there. I feel like you a tequila dude.
I drank nothing but Reposado.
Okay, I don't know what that means. That is
Right
Reposado. That is
Reposado.
What is it? Reposado.
Reposado is most smooth.
Yeah.
And what's the other shit?
It's just regular. You got silver, you got platinum, all the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah. Come on, where the shots at?
Right, fuck it. Let's get it.
I got my Moana. I got my shot right here.
Right.
Mama Moana?
You want some Moana?
Nah, I don't want no goddamn Mama Moana. I don't want that shit. No, where the shot the cups at?
We got a cup right here, two right here.
Oh yeah, let me get one.
Cup right here.
Let me get one too. All right. We gonna send you the bill, even though there ain't no bill. We'll just send you a receipt for no reason.
Can you zealous?
We gonna Venmo.
I really drank Martell, man.
That's right, bro.
You got the sound of my mind, man. N.O.R.E.
Let me get Ciroc. Ain't none of them open?
You got it.
Alright, cool. Fuck it.
I really sipped that Martell, you know what I'm saying? That cognac.
Yeah, Lee outside. I think he trying to get Jadakiss in. All right, hold on. Let me get my shot ready. Yo, EFN, I gotta tell you, I thought you was fronting with that Mama Juana shit. You taking it a little too far.
I really like it.
You are really going in. What shot you got, Paul? Mama Juana. Mama Juana?
Yeah. Mama Juana.
The Dominican drink.
Let's Dominican drink.
It's supposed to be rum based, but it got a bunch of herbs in it too.
Why does Kiss come in here? The bill is on that shit.
Pitbull brought us this one.
We're gonna make him a bill.
Like in the house, like in the crib.
We're gonna make up a bill. We're going to Poppy Steak after this. Oh, Swan is out of line, man. Yo, Swan got
we need Purple Rain, man.
Salute. Yo, listen, I want y'all to know, Drink Champs is about saluting. Salute. We give people their flowers for their love.
Smooth.
Yeah.
I asked you your worst game or your worst moment. What's that one moment that you know you dominated? Like, what's your best game or your best moment that you was like on fire? You felt like you was using steroids and you wasn't using steroids. What's that one?
Probably my rookie year.
That's when you got Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, that same year. I was 19.
Oh, yep. 2003.
This was 2002 actually. But I got the award came within the 2003 year, like that following year, because the season went from 2002 to 2003. But the game was like I was playing against Minnesota, and I didn't know Steph and Garnett had something with each other. So Steph Marbury was with us in Phoenix.
Right. Yeah.
Garnett was with the Timberwolves.
Right.
So Steph and Garnett going back to back. And all of a sudden I hear Steph say, "Well, Stat better than you when you was a rookie." Like that. Like,
he threw you in there? He threw you in there?
Well, that's because
why you guys bring me into this?
Steph and Garnett played together in Minnesota.
They played together in Minnesota when they both were like youngest. So so that game actually, me and Garnett actually are really good friends now. Like we're very good friends, and there was not a lot of trash talk between the two of us during that game.
Like
but he talks trash.
He seemed like, I ain't gonna lie, this is a fan I don't really know nothing personally. I'm talking about as a person just watch
basketball. But he talked to himself.
Oh, wait.
So I had to realize
he's talking to you, but he's talking to himself.
Yeah, so I had to realize. Yeah, so I had to realize that, like when I played against him.
Okay, I got need you to break it down a little bit more.
It was like,
what is he basically saying?
Like, this nigga can't guard me, F nigga.
But he's talking to himself?
Yeah.
But he's talking to himself, but he's like, sound like he's talking to you. So I'm like, wait.
And he's talking about you.
But he's talking about you.
Right.
So I'm like, wait.
Oh, shit, that's
but to himself.
So I'm talking to him like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's like, what your business?
That's how Russell Westbrook
That's kind of ill, though. That's kind of
Yeah, it was. You know what he did? What I've noticed later on, like within his career, what it was for him is a way to get him going.
Right.
And I used that same tactic even when I got a little older. Like, I'm gonna find a way to get myself mentally motivated to play at a high level. Right. So that's what he was doing. But I was 19. I didn't know what he was doing. I'm thinking he talking to me like. So we started going back and back. Garnett score, I score. Garnett score, I score. So at the end of the game, I had like 38 and like 17 as a 19-year-old rookie against like one of the world's greatest power forwards in the game.
Wow.
So from that point on, I realized like I'm here now.
Right.
And then I played Tim Duncan in the playoffs. Then I had like, I averaged like 38 a game.
Tim Duncan look like he don't talk no shit.
He don't talk no trash.
Big fundamental.
Yeah, but he get all the offensive rebounds. You look up, he getting all the little easy basket putbacks.
Right.
Look up, he got 25 and 12. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, he shoot ones and got 25 points.
How you got 25 and 12? I didn't see any of that. Like, crazy. Yeah, but that's why he's the greatest of all, one of the greatest power forwards of all time, because he was so efficient and he played the game with a sense of intelligence to where you don't even see how he gets his numbers.
All right.
It's like crazy, man.
Did you play against David Robinson?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
I
back
played
in his
against him
last
and David
time.
Robinson.
That's crazy.
Yep.
It was one of those highlights where you dunked it on Richard Jefferson, and it was you dunked on a lot of people.
I put him in the basket. So
But you got Richard Jefferson
Look how he
ugly.
said that.
Ugly. I mean,
RJ, no, he got a little. He's on like color commentating broadcast. You know what happened? He was late on rotation. Whenever you late on rotation, I'm putting you in the basket. I'm dunking you and the ball.
Yeah, and you proved it. And you know what was good about you? You reminded me of a newer Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, like that style of play, like Charles Barkley, because you were like a power forward center.
Okay.
So to me, it was like you were like the new era of the hard big man balling, and you dunked on a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I played with a sense of like, I wasn't never like upset when I played. Like those guys remind me of like angry guys who really can't play.
Tough.
Right.
You never smiled on the court.
I mean, sometimes I smile.
Well, I mean, when you dunked on Richard Jefferson, you didn't smile.
No, as I was in the stands like this.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed the game. Like, I played with a sense of, like, aggressiveness, but it wasn't never, like, a sense of, like, disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always respect every player I played against, and we talked before the game, after the game. But it was a sense that once you step on the court,
right,
like, it's like my team versus yours. It's like me versus you. Mano y mano. You know, so, and I think the game is similar now, but it has changed a bit because guys are more friendly now.
Come on, it's way too friendly.
We're still friends off the court, but on the court, it's like we're trying to. This is my team. This is your team.
All right.
We're playing against you. We didn't have a lot of guys that we didn't have like the big three and all that stuff back then.
But nowadays, doesn't it seem like it's too friendly?
It seems that way at times.
Is that marketing strategy?
But I think guys are just from a different era.
Right.
Guys are from a different era, different upbringing. When I grew up, we played like outdoors at the park. These kids nowadays are in the gyms with a trainer.
Right.
They learn a Euro step. They learn all these different moves, and they got trainers, full-time trainers. For us, it was like, hey, we play a game of 21, play 5-on-5. It's like no rebound, can't take the ball back, go back up with it.
Yeah, no fouls.
No, you can't call your own fouls. These kids got their own trainers, their own referees in the gym. It's a different era, which I respect it because the game's evolving. But it's just a different era than when I played.
There was no Patrick Ewing camp. There was no Michael Jordan camp.
Nah, Jordan was the first one that had like a flight school where players could go to his like academy and practice and train. But he was the first one to do that, and that was back in the mid to late '90s.
How do you get that? How do you get the invite to the McDonald's game?
I mean, I was the number one player in the country. It was me and LeBron James, and LeBron was a junior. That's how good he was. He was incredible, man. This kid from Akron is amazing. His name was LeBron James. Like, who? So I was so I heard about him, and then I saw him play. I'm like, yeah, he's better than I am.
Wow.
And I was averaging 35, 16, and 7 in high school. I'm like, yeah, this kid, he got it all.
35, 16, and 7, and you only played 2 years of high school?
2 years.
That's raw as fuck.
Right.
I'm like, Bron got it all. I'm like, this kid he was like 16. I was 17, pushing 18. He was like, no look behind the back. Flying through the air, first layup, windmill on the break. I'm like, oh, this is it. I ain't never seen it like this before.
Get some more of that stack.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Why'd you name your first album already platinum?
Cause I was already platinum. Man.
He didn't need the plaque.
I honestly wanted you to say that. That's exactly the way I wanted you to answer that.
That's exactly how I felt. You know what I'm saying, and that's what I meant. You know, with it, it was like I already went platinum in the streets out here. You know, even though y'all don't even know who I am. You know, so that's what it was, man. And that's like really my main things I've done have been independent and underground. So, you know, I feel like I'm really an underground artist. I love it. I don't never put out albums like to go top 10. I don't even make clean versions a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the radio tell me, hey man, you want to make this clean, you want to play this one. You know, so that's just how I move. I'm direct with my people, you know, who follow me, you know, and I just stick to trying to, you know, get them what they want. And it's been working, man. I think you tripping. I think you need to put out a lot more music than you do.
Talking to you, buddy. You know
Hold on, we want you to do quick time with slime real quick. You ready?
Quick time with slime.
Quick time with slime. So that quick time with slime is just we're gonna randomly ask you some questions. You pick one, just one or the other. All right?
Let's go.
It's nothing real. All right, you ready? Kids walking in? Oh, all right, cool. Let's get this knocked out then too. Damn. Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
Kobe or Jordan?
Jordan.
I think it should have been Kobe or LeBron, but you gave me that. You set me up already. You better answer this one right. New York or Phoenix?
Say again?
New York or Phoenix?
Ooh. As far as what? City?
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
New York.
Okay, thank you.
All
right.
New York got more hoes, bro.
Okay, all right. DJ Screw or DJ Premier?
DJ Screw.
DJ Screw.
But shout out DJ Premier.
Scar?
And Premier from Texas too.
I know.
This is gonna be a hard one for you.
Premier.
Scarface or Bum B?
Oh man.
That's
That's
tough
my
one.
brother.
That's a tough one, bro.
Drink. What I gotta take a shot or something? What's the
Take a shot. That's the new shit. If you don't want to answer the question, you can say both. You can say both.
I love
That's the new shit. You can say both, but you gotta take a shot.
I'll take a shot. Bet. I'll take a shot.
Take a shot.
You can say both with a shot.
If you say both, you gotta take a shot. I like that. Add that on to the show. Okay.
Both of them my brothers, man.
And I know we've been asking that because he took a shot for you. All right, so now this is gonna be another one. You better keep your shot close to you. Ghetto Boys or UGK?
Whoa! Get your shot. That's the same shit.
For me, I'm going UGK.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
I'm gonna take the shot.
I think this is gonna be easy for you, too. This one, Pharrell or Timberland?
Oh yeah, Skateboard P.
Okay.
That's my bro, man. Hell yeah.
Timbo.
All right now.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting one. Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay-Z, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the hustle.
Hov. Okay. All right. Cool.
That's listen. I said I answered that quick. Now, it's not meant to be answered quick because it's a close race, bro.
Yes.
Big facts.
Close race.
I like that. I like that.
Jay-Z.
Okay. Cardi B or Nicki?
Okay.
Oh, you can take a shot.
Nicki Minaj follow me on Instagram, so I say Nicki Minaj.
Nicki shots. Nicki Minaj or Cardi B.
Yeah.
Take a
shot. I like this new game.
It's changed. Done change the game.
Yeah, man. Slim Thug, I'm sorry, man. Just keep the shot close to you.
Oh, shit.
Rap a lot of Swab House.
You might as well take a shot.
Nah, Drake, my boy, man. It's hard for me. I'm gonna just take the shot on that. I can't do that, man. We gotta take a shot on that one, man.
Rap a lot of Swab House.
Rap a lot.
Okay.
I mean, you could have said rap a lot.
Major or independent?
Yeah.
Major or independent?
I say independent, man. Ain't nothing like being your own boss.
Okay, I'm gonna say NBA or overseas.
Big three.
I'm gonna say NBA, but overseas is a different vibe. Why? You're not traveling to Philly, New York, Atlanta. You're going to Athens, Greece, Real Madrid, and you're going to you're going to Spain. You're going like the different exotic places.
It opens your world.
So, but I will choose NBA because it's the highest level.
Yeah.
As far as travel-wise, I'm for sure choosing Europe.
Ooh.
It's lit like that.
Okay. So, loyalty or respect?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. It's on my chest.
LeBron or Kevin Durant?
Oh, shit. Damn.
There's shots right there, though. If you know.
I see that. I already took two of them already.
Damn, you gonna win.
Every shot.
I'm going home after this.
LeBron or Kevin Durant?
Just four shots.
Only because Kevin Durant is he's a Martian, bro.
Both of them, man. That's crazy.
He's a Martian, man. Never seen nothing like him before.
I used to go see him in college. So shit.
Right, Texas.
Yeah, in Texas.
Right, exactly.
UT.
Right. This might be hard for one of y'all. Miami or LA?
Ooh.
Remember, y'all in Miami, so please be careful with what you say. But I'm from LA as well, so you can go both ways.
Hey, I see.
That's tough.
I see you like to go both ways, huh?
Judging out most time spent, I would say Miami. I spend more time out here.
Good answer.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
you are from Florida.
I am from Florida. Yeah. I spent a lot of time in LA.
LA is a good place too, man.
LA and Miami, my favorite cities.
Right.
I love the movie industry. I love the entertainment industry. As far as living in my comfort zone, I'm choosing Miami.
That's good. I don't know where you're gonna go with this one. David Robinson or Pat Ewing?
I mean, listen. I'm going with the Admiral. I'm going with David Robinson.
David Robinson, Texas.
Of course, you're going with.
For sure, David Robinson.
The same, right? All right, cool. This is kind of easy one. 90s Knicks versus the 90s Bulls.
90s Bulls.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like that. Yeah, that was too easy. Cause you know why? You should have put.
It's all your fault.
You too, but the Pistons, yeah, because that was more franchise type of thing, yeah. Yeah.
I'm still going 90s Bulls, even you said Pistons.
Right. What's your favorite era in basketball? Like, whether you played in it or not?
My favorite era was probably the 90s.
Talking about Jordan 90s?
Jordan, Barkley, Robinson, Ewing, Olajuwon,
Isaiah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You had all Clyde. You had all these this talent.
Malone. Right.
Yeah. Karl Malone. Stockton, Shaq. Shaq came. Shaq was drafted in the 90s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
Penny, all these guys in the 90s.
There's a lot of people that fit in the 90s era.
Shaq breaking back.
Even late 80s going
that's
to
all
90s.
90s, bro. That's early 90s.
All right. What's your favorite era in hip hop?
Ooh.
Both of y'all.
90s. I say 90s.
Well, give me.
Tupac, Jay-Z, all that shit. DMX. all
Early
that
to mid 90s.
I got 90s also.
All over that motherfucker. Riding
N.O.R.E came out.
Yeah, that's right. I'm 90s baby.
Facts.
Goddamn. But I think right now I've been listening to a lot of
Pun
80s
90s.
shit. I've been listening to a lot of 80s shit lately.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta say rest in peace, Prince Marky D.
Oh man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Passed away.
Oh man, rest in peace, Prince Marky.
Legend,
Yeah,
super
that's
legend,
crazy.
man.
The last member of Fat Boys.
No, not the last member. There's one more out.
Kuraski.
Yeah.
And he Puerto Rican too, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, for Latinos, he meant a lot to us, man. He was a beacon for us, man, for sure.
Yeah, that hit hard.
Crazy.
So Slim, don't you got some liquor? Let's all say rest in peace, Prince Marky D right now.
Bless him, memory.
I thought you had a liquor company too, didn't you?
I work with Martell.
Oh, okay, that's right.
That's what I work with. Drink Blue, man. It's real good cognac. It's like smooth, man. You gotta try it out.
You're the brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
And we had Martell on Drink Champs one time.
Yeah.
They're the Ice Cube, the Ice Cube episode. They came in.
And those vintage frames right there?
Vintage Frame. Shout out my boy.
Shout out,
you know what I'm
what's his
saying?
name again?
Corey Shapiro.
You know what I'm saying?
I just got these on mail. My boy.
Them shit's hard as hell.
I left the Cartiers at home. You know what I'm saying? Let me rep my boy, man. He real.
That was a question I was going to ask you. 'Cause I always see you. What do you prefer, vintage frames or Cartiers?
I mean, it just you have to Mayweather party what we Cartier'd up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
I see you.
We drink champs. We with the vintage. It's the same. Whatever the vibe is. I don't want to be up here wearing too much jewelry.
Right.
I'm on like my 8th day running out of clothes in Miami. My crib flooded out at the house. I can't go home.
Yo, peep this backdrop though. Look at the backdrop.
Right. Hey, that's real. I like that though.
Now, Marvin, you had to go to Dapper Dan yourself to get that suit, right? This is not something you can order. That's an
exclusive Dapper Dan.
Dap my man. That's my man.
Right.
It's at Harlem, man. I got a spot in Harlem. You go up there, just kind of, pick out the different
Now, do you gotta go get measured, or like they already, he already know
you get measured. You pick out the fabrics. You pick out the design, what you want. So this is one.
You'll never see somebody else with that
this
particular.
This is one right here.
That's dope.
That particular.
Yeah.
You won't ever see somebody. Yeah. Now, how is it to? Because it's not black owned, but it's black adjacent when you get it from DAP. Is that something you looking to support Gucci more, or is DAP for you?
Listen, man. I mean, the ancestors picked the cotton anyways for all these high fashion brands. Why not represent?
I ain't know what you said. You say that?
I'm saying the ancestors picked the cotton anyways for all these high fashion brands.
Wow.
So why am I not going to represent? Like this is what they work for. This is what they, enslaved for.
Wow.
So I'm gonna represent, their hard work. You feel me? But there's come a time and a place where you want to not be as too vanity driven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a fine line of being like overly flashy with the vanity and being more humble with the approach.
Right.
But then there's also times when you want to pull out your wardrobe. There's times you want to kind of fall back and chill.
Time and place for everything.
Right.
You consider yourself a foodie, both of y'all?
A foodie?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Go ahead.
Favorite restaurants?
Yeah.
In Miami?
Anywhere. Favorite restaurant? If you had
Prime 112 out here, Mr. Childs, and H-Town, Grace's, Maxie's, all kind of shit. You got to come to the crib. I'll show you.
Not Papa Do's?
Papa Do's is for people out of town, but yeah, nah.
That ain't a word?
That's not the best.
That's destroyed me. I love Papa Do's.
Nah, Papa Do's is good, but
we don't got it on the East Coast or you don't got it in New York or Miami. So anything that's not there be exclusive to me.
Right, exactly.
And I like it at the airport too as well.
It's good though. I ain't talking down.
But you said Grace's?
Grace's is like, man, you got to come to the crib. You come to Houston, I'm gonna take you. Let me take you somewhere.
Right.
That's what I do. I do this. This is what I do. I'm a foodie for real. Yeah.
And how about you?
I'm gonna hold you up on that.
Come to the crib, man. Hit me up. I'll pick you up
What's
from the
your
airport.
favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant?
Anyway, it don't have to be Miami.
Oh man, everything in New York kind of been shut down, and I've been overseas for 4 years, so I kind of like been out of touch a bit. But in Miami though, I have enjoyed like the energy at Poppy Steak.
Over Carbone?
Carbone, I went there also a few nights ago.
Let's be careful now.
Carbone, that was my first time there actually. Carbone with the Italian pasta.
Yo, spicy rigatoni.
That spicy rigatoni is fire, bro.
That spicy rigatoni is something different.
Facts.
Right now,
Let's be careful.
Let's be careful. My favorite restaurant in the world. Y'all ready? Hotel Costis in Paris.
Hotel Costis, okay.
I got one fan. You know what I'm talking about?
In Paris.
In Paris.
Hotel Costis.
That shit was bland as fuck when I was out there.
Wait. You ain't go to Hotel Costis.
I don't know what that is.
Nah, if you would have went,
wasn't it?
if you would have went, you would have known what it is.
What is it called?
It's called Hotel Costis. This is where
Hotel Costis.
I'm talking about, and you walk in
I
there.
had nothing good to say about London or Paris about food.
You went with the wrong people, man. God bless you. God bless you. Paris is a
Write that shit down. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, Paris and London is beautiful. But this out here right now, my second favorite, moving up. Gotta be Carbone's, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. Carbone's amazing.
Where is that at?
It's out here.
South Beach.
And it's
Carbone's.
like
We going tomorrow.
Yep.
Steak 48 in Houston, bro.
Steak 48.
Maestro Steak 48.
Let me big up Poppy Steak, because it seemed like I didn't big up Poppy Steak when you just said that just now. So let me rewind real quick because I want to make sure we're clear. Poppy Steak is hard too. I went there yesterday. And what you eat at Poppy Steak?
Get that Glock kosher ribeye.
Oh yeah.
Tonight, what time is it?
Niggas get
I'm gonna see tonight.
So you said 48 steak because you eat
Steak 48, man.
Okay.
But it's brunch. Like it depends on what you looking for. Seafood is all different places for different,
Right.
But if any of y'all come to Houston, bro, I got you.
But okay. That's right, because y'all the Gulf Coast. I'm about to say.
We the fattest city in America. We got the most restaurants than anywhere in America, bro. Houston. For sure. Big facts. Yes.
Fire.
Come to Houston, bro. We got all the best food, I'm telling you. On every level. With hood shit, whatever you want, I got you. Burns Barbecue, Turkey Leg Hut, all that shit. Like
you said Turkey Leg Hut?
Turkey Leg Hut.
There's a hut for the turkey leg?
It's called Turkey Leg Hut. Every famous rapper in the motherfucking world is at Turkey Leg Hut when they come to Houston. You can go to their page. The Baby, all them rapper, Lil Baby, all them motherfuckers is at Turkey Leg Hut. That shit like the best in the world, bro.
Turkey leg.
Caviar?
Caviar? It depends. I'm a kosher guy, so I eat only kosher food.
But seafood doesn't have to be kosher.
Caviar, fish and eggs is kosher, but I don't eat caviar.
Okay.
You gotta start. We gotta put you on caviar.
Yeah.
I'm not a caviar guy, man.
No one is until you try it. Until you get into it. Caviar's, everybody's not for caviar, but caviar's for everybody.
You feel the same?
I killed that! You fuck with caviar?
I don't fuck with caviar. Y'all too fancy for me.
Fancy, man.
Hold them aside.
That shit nasty as fuck. Y'all
Mr. Lee,
tripping.
what you was doing? What's going on Kiss? He's right now.
He's on his way now forever, bro. He's on his way now for life.
Oh yeah, it is cold.
He said he was going to go upstairs too.
Okay.
You want some candela, bro?
Hey. I'm in. I'll take another shot.
I come down.
This is all right here.
I'm in. That's right. It's black owned. Black owned, baby.
Right?
Black owned.
That's what I'm
Black
talking
owned.
about.
Black owned.
That's
Black
bullshit,
on,
right?
baby.
Yes, that's right. Black owned,
Black
goddammit.
on.
Hey, what's that now? Let me try that, boss.
Do say black on, right?
Do say. Do say black owned.
Right.
Jason Spade. Black owned.
Right.
This whole shit.
Right.
That's cool.
Damn, my bad.
It's like herbal rum. Think of it like that.
I'll try to look at that. I'm trying to look at
That's Dominican.
That's pit bull shit.
Darling.
Pit bull
Shout
shit.
out Pitbull,
Hold on, let's take
man.
our shots together. Yeah, we taking our shots by yourself. You gotta relax.
That shit smooth, though. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's smooth shit.
Yeah,
We
I
want
like
y'all to
that.
know.
I see.
In this game,
I'm going
we
home.
give our people our flowers, man, while they're alive.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I want to big both of y'all brothers up, man. Thank y'all for hanging out.
thank
We
you
got a
for
couple
joining
more
us,
questions,
guys.
but thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all both legends. Y'all both real ones. I want to salute y'all to your face. You know what I'm saying? And tell you how much you mean to the culture. You know what I'm saying? How much both of y'all, man, have contributed, and we salute it, and we respect it, we honor it. Salute.
Appreciate it, bro.
Shout out to Toe Jam Backlot for hosting
My
us.
people told you, that's right, baby.
Shout out Gil Green and Judge. Good looking out.
That's good. God damn it. Good looking out, y'all. Damn, man, this wine is good, too.
Hey, but hold up, though. Shout out N.O.R.E, man. Look, when I was the corona face of the corona, you know, when the niggas thought it was a death sentence, this nigga would check on me every day.
Oh, you had it?
Hell yeah. One like before
was the
niggas
first one
even,
on
like the
Instagram.
first rapper, motherfucker, you know, and he would check on me every day, man. He gonna be my brother for life, man, for real. He was just like, yo, you good, bro? So,
Yeah, I
you
ain't
know what
gonna
I'm saying?
He didn't check on me.
He had it at the worst of the worst time.
Right.
Like when everyone who had it was dying.
Dying like it was.
So I just was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. Like I was like, you in face.
Right.
Some's face was scary too.
It was bad for Face, man.
Yeah.
Face sounded bad. Now
I didn't call. Pardon me to cut you off. I didn't. Since I called Face, I didn't call nobody who had it. I texted them, but I did not, because when I called Face,
he sounded bad. He had me scared, bro.
I was like, oh, because he was just like, yo, N.O.R.E. And I was just like, is this playing around? Like, it sounded so bad, I thought he was playing. You know, Scarface a funny dude.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he'll play a joke on you.
Yeah.
And then when I realized this ain't no joke, I was scared, but I would check on you every day.
Right.
Like you guys, and yeah, man, I was glad you pulled through it, man.
Yeah.
Glad you pulled through it. And then the shit, and it was crazy because I hit you seeing the Texas shit again. And you're like, yo, I'm in Miami. I said, oh shit. I said, I was not to say, I was happy you was there and safe. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got family out there. So
my family good. Like, you know, at their house, they ain't lose. My mama and my son ain't lose no power or water or whatever. But, you know, my crib flooded out. So I'm out there. It's like,
you saw his crib when he just flooded out?
Show me on the phone,
my shit gone, so I don't really want to go home. I'm like, shit.
We're trying to cut the water off. It's everywhere, Jesus. The ceiling is caving in there. Water is up there. Okay, the water's there. I'm trying to get through the house for the insurance purposes, but this is very dangerous. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Coming there. All up here. The ceiling is caved. The ceiling is caved there. The ceiling is, I'm not going to go that part.
But I got insurance though, you know. I feel like, you know, it's time for some new shit. You know, I don't never be attached.
Every time you got insurance, like if you had insurance,
Yeah.
then you got to be specific. Is it pipe insurance you're supposed to have
That's
now?
for all that.
Yeah, home insurance,
But it covers
car
water
insurance,
too.
yeah, all that.
Because I know, like in Miami, you got to actually get flood insurance, don't you?
No, you got separate because we got
hurricanes.
we're below the water line.
It floods in Houston often, so we already, you know, it's something we own. You got
Right, remember like a few years ago, it was a flood in Houston. Remember like
always like that.
No, because I remember me getting home insurance. They still made me get flood insurance.
Right.
But they still made me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I would get all that shit in 2021, bro. Cause like I say, it's a new world. We
never
never
know what's gonna happen.
experienced this winter shit. We never seen this shit. They say since 1930, bro.
But alright, because
pipes busting in my ceiling.
You guys had to have a warning. Like this couldn't be just
there was no warning for that.
We had
let me ask you something. What was the winters like?
They said the temperature was gonna drop, right? So I dipped.
So what's the normal
So I'm dipping on. I just seen in Fort Worth the cars piling up and shit. I'm thinking black ice on the road. I'm thinking I'm gonna be stuck at home. I'm single. I don't want to be at home by myself. Like fuck it, I need to be mobile. So I dipped to Miami, like thinking that was gonna be the worst. I never knew we would lose power. I never knew pipes would bust in the ceiling and flood my crib. I had no fucking idea. We never dealt with this in our life.
Inches of snow? How many inches of snow? It was like more than I think we ever had.
We never seen that in our life ever, bro. So it's like, and the power grid fell out. People lost power.
The political system was all fucked up. Like the governor's blaming air power, like the windmill shit or whatever.
Yeah, I seen Ted Cruz on the plane.
Ted Cruz in motherfucking Cancun.
And he's trying to fly out to Cancun, man.
Like the third day when people had
damn, he's Cuban too, bro. Oh, man.
The third day when people lost their light, they fired.
I mean, listen, if you Ted Cruz, what you gonna do?
I mean, Cancun too. There's somebody staying there.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay here too, guys.
But not true. If you're Ted Cruz, that's your rolling, and you're supposed to be the head of the ship, like a captain. You go down with your ship, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, you go down with the ship. To an extent, the ship's not going down. It's not going down. It's just kind of like
one of them.
He gotta stay, man.
You want to oversee?
He gotta stay.
I'm just saying, that's what you want.
From Cancun, like, hey guys, get the job done.
I ain't feeling homie, man. He's my people's too. He's Cuban, man. I ain't feeling it though.
Shout out Trey the Truth and Relief Gang, man. They out there front line, Bun B. They front line, giving water to the people.
It's like that.
It's bad. People don't have food or nothing.
Oh, really?
They out there doing a lot of that shit,
people
man.
dying, kids and mothers.
People
dying. Are you serious? Is it still snowing and cold there?
It's still freezing out there. Well, now you know what? I think it went up to 66 today, so I think it's clearing up now.
Crazy.
And now it's like gonna be right back at 70.
People weren't ready for that.
They're saying it's over hundreds of thousands. Okay, let me get that right. There's a couple thousand deaths on carbon monoxide because they got generators on. The power's out, so they got generators on it. They dying because of carbon monoxide.
I didn't know that.
We gotta think of the possibility that this could actually.
It's serious, and that's what I'm saying. Like the political people.
I didn't know that.
Is there a possibility that this could actually happen in Miami as well?
Yes, this could happen in Miami.
It never happened in Houston. It never happened in Texas, so it could happen out here, bro.
It could happen out here.
That's what I'm saying. The global warming shit, that shit is real.
Wow.
That shit.
So be aware, like when hurricanes season come along, you might have some real strong.
Keep your
I ain't gonna
insurance.
lie. Living in Miami,
I was here during
living in Miami, you become a damn low weather man.
Hurricane Andrew.
Like I could seriously just look and say, it's gonna rain in 2 minutes.
Sure.
Like living out here, like the shit turns you different. Like I remember, like when I first moved out here,
You never believed me when I told you it was gonna be a storm. You're like, whatever.
I like the storms, man. Like
you didn't believe.
I'm different.
So you smell it. You're right though.
I'm different. I can smell that shit. Like I've been.
Oye mi canto, a hurricane was coming.
Yeah, they made me fly.
I told you, there's a hurricane coming, but Gil Green, he cleaned that whole shit up.
Ironically, we're in the Gil Green spot right now. That's crazy. He directed that video. So we Boricua, we out here. And
there was a hurricane coming, and
I wanted to stay.
I'm telling him, I can't stay too long at the shoot. I gotta go, and I gotta put up my shop. I gotta board up my crib.
So the label made me film. As soon as the film was over, they got me the fuck up out of there. And because they was like your insurance risk, so they had to get me the fuck up out of there. I wanted to stay. I wanted my whole people stay.
It's just mad great in real life, but the video editing, they make that shit blue sky.
And let me tell you like this: living in a condo is way better in a hurricane than living in the house.
It depends.
Because the house, you lose electricity, you lose power, your friends.
How would you think you don't lose electricity in a condo?
No, you do not. They got backup generators, baby. You're in the right condo. Some condos. Wait a minute. Some condos.
You rich.
Some condos don't got generators.
Yeah,
They don't got backup generators. That's blasphemy. They should go to jail. Living out here, if you don't have 3 to 4 backup generators, come on, bro. Listen, the whole block be out of my building be on power like that. I'm like that. Watching something ignorant like Bar Rescue or something. Like watching something that doesn't matter in life at all. Bar Rescue. You ever see Bar Rescue? That shit is hilarious.
Never.
This guy comes in, he yells at you, gets your bar popping. Now you up 60%. God bless him. Whoever this guy. You ever see Hotel Impossible?
I haven't seen
Come on, guys. You guys gotta stop watching.
I appreciate that. I'm super kind of trying to find a new show. I'm
new show?
look at that.
You're not a TV watcher, Stat?
I'm not a TV watcher, no.
Not at all?
No, not much.
Watch
no.
Hip Hop Uncovered.
Hip Hop Uncovered is good.
On Netflix?
Uncovered is good too.
No, it's on FX.
We just had everybody on the whole cast.
Yeah, thank y'all. I need
That's
this new
crazy.
TV shit. I be bored as fuck.
And Snowball's coming back as
I watch
well.
First Take and fucking Skip and them.
Skip and Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. That's the only motherfuckers I watch.
Anybody? You ever got negative press and you wanted to beat them up?
For sure.
Yeah.
I got a list of like a few cats I need to see.
Yeah, you said that way too fast.
I mean, it's not.
You ready to go?
Listen, guys, I'm not gonna push the button, but it's more so just like, how are you? What were you thinking?
Wow.
Oh, that's a real question.
I mean, no, listen, guys, you don't understand how like some of the reporters will say things that are not totally true,
right?
But can affect the way the public perceive a player. I'm not saying this is my case, but I'm saying that I see it happens a lot where someone can say certain things based upon them trying to either elevate themselves in that space,
Right.
or either trying to like diminish that player.
Wow.
Not saying this is my particular situation, but I see it happen before, and then so therefore, the player don't get a chance to respond because they don't want to be confrontational. So therefore, the best idea is like to see them in person, say, "Hey, we need to have a conversation."
Stephen A. ever pissed you off?
No, it's my guy.
Okay.
Stephen A. keep it 100 with everything. So it's never issues. Those guys who are like not very recognized, who are like, "Hi, mom," you know, one of those type of guys, and then they also get the camera in front of them, and they want to try to talk all big and like, wait, hold on, you're not that guy. Yeah, you're not that guy. You're just trying to use someone else's name to promote your status.
Right.
Like, no, that doesn't work because you're lying. You're not being honest. You're not understanding the scenario. You're just trying to make yourself, valuable in your space. Like, no, you gotta have a conversation.
How about you, Doug? You ever got? What's the worst thing you heard about yourself on?
Man, I hear so much bad shit about me, bro. It's like a regular. I don't give a fuck. Like, I be on the shade room constantly about shit I say. But I realize I got I'm fucked up with communication. Like, even when I try to say shit, like, I don't mean no harm, it come out bad. So I'm just used to the shit. Like, I get dogged. They be damn near cutting me off, damn near banning me from being black, all kind of shit. But
yeah, that's wrong to get into all that, man. I mean, listen, everyone has an opinion.
Right.
And half of the opinions are wrong, and it's based upon the dark side.
Right.
Like, I'm not even gonna get into the space of like trying to tap into where you're seeing things because you're not seeing things clearly. So therefore, I'm not even gonna entertain the conversation.
Wow.
But let me ask you one question. That's what you tell the guy.
Say again? No, I understand what you said.
But I said you're gonna let it slide, but then if you see him, you just said you want to ask him that one question. What were you thinking when you said that?
No, yeah, I mean, I asked him a question like,
make it a point.
Yeah, I just want to ask him what he's thinking. Like, why would you even say these things on national TV if it's not true? First of all, and then I know you're trying to like elevate your brand. Why would you go out of your way?
Throw shade on it, right?
Throw shade on someone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how about you, EFN? What's the worst thing you ever heard about yourself?
I ain't heard no bad shit about myself.
Just got impeccable media shit going on.
I heard I was Cuban. I was like, it's kind of true.
Right. They do be calling you white boy sometimes. I be seeing that.
And I be like, fuck you, I'm Cuban, B.
I be seeing those comments and
because the white boy don't look at me like a white boy, so fuck you, I'm Cuban, B.
You asked him though?
Nah, I'm not.
She turned up like that. You asked that?
oh man, listen. If it's wifey,
that's what I'm saying. If it's your lady,
if it's wifey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll see what happens.
I feel you. I feel you, man.
You say, you don't? If it's your lady?
I've never ate ass. Nah, I'm not
never.
I ate a lot of pussy. I eat so much pussy. It's no ass being ain't even thought about.
But you already down
I bet
there.
you
You're
so
down
high.
there.
I bet you so high. You went down. You thought.
I ain't going there.
You might not even know that you are because you're already down there.
That was that good. That was that good.
Oh, shit.
You want to ask drink chat?
Nah, listen, Paul, I'm gonna ask you if you eat ass. It's written all over your face. I know for sure.
Let's get back to
I know for sure. You better not ever say you
Why
don't.
you cupping the mic, dog?
That's typical way ass eaters looking. I'm telling you, the bitch is there. I'm shit. I'll take another shot. To ass eater and foul press.
Shout out to Eddie the ass eater.
Yeah, take a shot. You can't bow out now. This is drink check.
Oh, you want some on one?
Yo, now give some. Oh yeah, this is not water champs.
Not water chance? Not water
This is
chance.
not water champs. Salute, brothers.
Salute, man. Keep it lit, bro. Drink champs.
Salute, let's go, baby.
Salute, man.
Salute,
Drink champs.
salute.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's hip hop show.
Jadakiss came 12 hours late. Well, let's make some noise for Jadakiss. Bring his chair up,
Turn up. Oh, shit.
Drink Champ Sports, what's going on, man?
You good?
Drink Champ Sports, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. How you doing, man? We got into groupie confessions, all type of shit.
You gotta ask Jadakiss.
Gotta ask Jadakiss. What's the worst press you ever read about yourself or heard about?
For a while, yo, they said we all got fake eyes. We all took one of our eyes out and got fake eyes to be like
That's some real
to be
shit.
like Biggie.
Wait, what? You playing, man?
You came drunk already?
YO, man. YO make up some incredible stuff. They said we got fake eyes in early Locks days. He took one of our eyes out so we could have a lazy eye like B.I. Oh, shit. That's Yankees for you.
That's crazy. You had some stats. This is stats. This is stat shit. This is his one.
Let me get some of that.
You gotta give him some of that. You gotta open it up. Come on, baby. This presentation was beautiful. Look at that. And that's the one from Israel, right?
This one is.
That's what you want. You want Israel or you want?
I mean, whatever. I'm taking
California right
California.
here.
Okay. Cali, man. Get some Cali.
Cali, man.
So, that's the worst shit for real. There had to be something worse than that.
That's
There
hilarious.
definitely has to be some worse.
I mean, I don't know. All type of shit.
You got good media like EFN.
They got good media.
Nah. I got all kind of shit, man.
Holy moly, guacamole, man.
Oh, shit.
Holy guacamole, baby.
I'm waiting for him to pop off, that's all. I'm waiting for you to pop off, because this shit is good.
Yeah, it's solid, bro. It's solid. It's an easy drink, man. Like, this is a nice, easy drink. You know, it's easy to take down. It's not even like a heavy,
When you drink red wine, what you drink? When you drink red wine. I seen you sipping on some red.
Yeah, no,
Mr. Lee is speaking for
Vino
you?
Noir, Vino, my pops introduced me to,
Fuck with Camus?
got this name. My pops is a red wine drinker.
Fuck with Camus? Prisoner?
Prisoner.
Get him a glass.
I heard Scotty. Yeah. Where was glass at?
Mr. Lee was good,
I
man.
heard Scotty Pippen. Got a tequila name for the
Got you, brother, for sure.
Oh, you got a cover? Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to use
Right, you
that.
too, sir. I want to
Use that.
bite.
It's clean.
Yeah, you need to.
You need that good red cup.
Cool
Yeah,
out
need
for a
that.
second.
Need to see.
Look, that's how you know
Right.
Amari know what he's doing. You see how he pulled back on the pour?
Yeah. I gotta make sure.
Yeah, you gotta, duck that motherfucker. Yeah.
Make sure it even.
That's that
evens
good
out.
red. I think this is the first time we drink red wine on Drink Champs. History.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it,
History.
man. I appreciate the love, man. Black owned, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Appreciate the love, man.
Cheers,
Appreciate the
cheers.
love, baby.
Marijuana, baby.
It's all good.
We've been here. We done went through everything, Kiss.
We heard you were coming 17 hours ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just to address that issue, ladies and gentlemen, it's Drink Champ's fault. Not Rick. It's Mr. Lee's fault. Because whenever I got a prior engagement, Drink Champ's affiliated, Mr. Lee starts calling me from about 11:45. Yo, daddy, you know what I'm saying? And yesterday was a long night. N.O.R.E called me. He did the friendship corporate call. Yeah, yo, bro, come through, have some drinks. Then they start pressing me.
Drinks.
I had to get
you need more.
my car service. Know what I mean? But we ain't gonna talk about that. I take that. I was late.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
He actually called me. We on the way to dinner, me and Gilly the Kid.
Yesterday.
I said, fuck it, we gonna turn the double date into double Negroes. Let's go. Let's go. We went to El Gabbiani's, ate truffle pasta.
El Gabbiani's.
Excellent.
That shit is
facts.
I ate everything. My plate was so clean, they could have just used it for another
for the next table.
We should have called Ike. Then have Def Jam come pull up, baby. Come on.
Yeah. We gotta do the remix.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to that spot. Not right now. We gonna be here.
And Banger said you gotta go to Carbone's. You gotta go to Carbone's.
Yo, Carbone, for sure.
Set that up for me.
Yeah. Niggas be hitting me like I got the plug. I don't really got the plug.
Isn't it Vinny? Vinny got the plug or no? That's not true.
Nobody really got the plug,
I got a plug for you.
Unless you're the owner, man.
I got a plug for you.
You got a plug? I got a plug. I just fucking around.
I'm out. I'm going to NY tomorrow. But
okay, all right, let's go. Goddamn it. But you ate it in Carbone's in New York?
Never. I've never been there.
Come on, Jadakiss. You're a New Yorker, man. Just act like you did.
There's room for some new experience.
I'm writing that down.
We gonna mob up in there. But El Gabbiani's is.
I wish I was here for that one.
El Gabbiani's is.
El Gabbiani's.
That's
I need to check that one out.
And the service. I like the service of it, though, Amari.
Put me on game.
No,
the service of it is
yeah.
like you got because. I feel like you don't have a waiter there. Like everyone in the whole thing is serving you. Like, and that shit makes you feel good.
Right,
like the food is excellent, but besides that, I'm talking about when the service is so excellent.
Styled on the workers yesterday. Unvalentine. He didn't even know. He did some hardest shit I haven't seen in an upscale restaurant like that. We went to order. The waiter came, he didn't know what he wanted. He told him, get out of here, go get the other guy that know what he wanted. Instead of telling him what he wanted, you know what I want, right? Him, all right, get out of here. The other guy that know what I want already. I say, yo, that was hard, dog. That's hard for the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's a win for us, coming from the hood and that kind of environment for him to tell. And he got right out of there and got the other guy that knew what he wanted. There was no discrepancy, none of that. Yo, get out of here.
I don't look at menus, my dude. I only go to places where I'm appreciated.
Sure.
Like I only if you fucking with me, I'm gonna go to the same 7 restaurants.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Right.
Absolutely.
Forever, you know? People told me you have a good watch, you have a good restaurant to go to.
Sure.
Right.
Always that you the man in. When you walk through, what's up? What's up, mister?
Right.
What's up, mister?
100%.
You know what I mean? You hope you walk through a restaurant and you the man, you gonna close that deal.
No question.
Cause that person gonna be like, damn, how the fuck does the janitor know him?
Yeah.
Why the nigga clean the table? You don't only know the guy at the front. You know the people that's on the side.
Sure.
And you say, what's up? What's up, Jeffrey? Alright. How's he doing? Like, alright, Jeffrey. Now Jeffrey the little homie. He the bus boy, but he remembered my daughter's birthday. Alright, cool, boom. Get a reservation anywhere, goddammit. That's exactly how you do it.
Drink champs. That's real.
Drink champs.
And what's your go-to drink, Slim Duck?
I fuck with that Martell, bro. Like I'm on the cognac. You know what I'm saying?
You keeping your check secured.
Yeah, that's a check.
I did that. I try to get you slipping. You ain't gonna slip. Yeah. You a cognac guy on the low, right? Kiss? You a cognac guy?
Hennessy, you do.
Nah. Lately, I've been on tequila. You know, they told me it's an upper.
What tequila you drink?
Casamigos.
Hey, Mr. Lee, you don't have to speak for him, bro.
Clase Azul.
Reposado.
I think 1942.
At 42
it did something crazy to bang last night. Of course, DeLeon, you know
Try
me.
that though, on the cool though. It's smooth as fuck. We just hit it. Man.
Facts.
No
I
doubt.
ain't never tried it
Bang
before.
said something to we're banging.
Bang was
he
hurt
said
last
something
night.
to Buster. Buster was like, oh, oh shit.
He was Bang was out. If I did too much was a person last night, Bang lost it. Bang lost it last
I ain't
night.
seen a bit like that in a minute. That was dope.
And he don't remember nothing he said last night.
That's beautiful. That's a great night.
That's a great night.
So, yo, my man told me the other day, he woke up, he said, yo, I can't find my cash, I can't find my credit cards or my ID. I said, you had a hell of a night.
Yes, sir.
He said,
You
leave it up
gotta
to
get
you
it
to look
together.
at one positive way to look at this shit. I said, that was a great night. Like sometimes I leave my credit cards home just to I forgot them.
Sure.
I'll leave them home.
But how good is that night if you don't remember
Apple
it, though?
Pay, man.
I mean, it's like
If
you
you don't
forgot
remember, how
everything.
good is that
It's
night?
not really a great night because you forgot
that
all-
great.
You forgot the
I've
great
had a
times
lot
you
of
had.
great nights I can't remember.
Right,
Listen,
exactly.
I had great nights
Yeah.
that I can't remember where I had to piece the puzzle together. It took me a week to figure out what I did on
You
one
had a
night.
hangover?
I do this once a month.
I think you do that once a week. It's called Drink Champs.
Nah, Drink Champs. I got this to a certain extent. This is work almost.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost I have an after party after Drink Champs.
Right.
Like I'll sit there. Like, this is my pre-party. Like we'll sit here, and then I'll wind up in prime. By the way, Miami is loose as hell right now.
Yo,
Miami's super
crazy.
Miami's giving the run to everybody that wants it.
Swan was a full-fledged club last night, my dude. Like I was almost excited and embarrassed at the same time. Like, hey man,
That's not normally like that.
No.
I don't know.
I didn't know.
Well, not during
I'm
quarantine.
at 10 o'clock. I'm asleep. I don't like nighttime no more. Since the COVID, I'm in an early bird, dude. So this is my first time going out last night. We went out. We went from Gabbiani's. Then we went to Poppy Steak, who was also loose. By the way,
Yeah, that was crazy.
They let us burn it down. God damn it! We were smoking in Poppy Steak. I felt like a legend.
They
I felt like a legend.
From N.O.R.E.
We smoked weed in Poppy Steak. We did. I felt like a legend. Buster was there. Two Life was there. Big up to Mike the Billionaire. I think that's what they call him. Ray J was there. Ray J running around. It was kind of like, and I seen Fuga. I didn't actually get a chance to say what's up. So then after that, they said it's an after party. I said, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I thought this was the after party. They said, no, this is the after party. We got an after party. I said, okay. I was figuring they're going to serve appetizers at Swan and shit like this. No, this was Little Baby Liv. This was Liv. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Baby Liv.
Like, you know how Liv is to feel? Listen, Swan, y'all out here loose. And they had no Purple Rain. It was...
No, and we need Purple Rain.
We need more Purple Rain,
Come on,
man.
You need Purple
We
Rain.
made that shit pop.
It's Pharrell drinking Swan.
Oh, word. Oh, got it.
It's fucking amazing, man. We need some more Purple Rain. We're gonna
Yeah,
be our new
I
Tiger
tried
Bone,
it.
because you know you can't get Tiger Bone no more. Y'all niggas is read up on Tiger Bone?
We get it. We can get it.
Y'all get it? Because you know that
Yeah,
shit
no,
came from
relax.
China.
We don't need to talk about getting it. Let's just get something else.
All right, you want to switch
No,
the
I
drink?
don't want the Tiger Bone
Come on,
back.
Tiger Bone. We're gonna keep it.
I'm
Tiger
out of China. Let's
Yeah.
go. Mama Wani, you want some Mama Wani?
Nah, I ain't fucking with no mama.
I thought you were talking about marijuana at first. You was like, Mama Wana.
Mama Wana, yeah.
That's his drink.
Jadakiss, you want some Mama Wani?
Now, that's Pitbull shit. Pitbull.
Pitbull.
I ain't no
But I got all different
He
versions
just
of
ain't
it.
splitting the check with me. He just ain't getting the check.
I ain't getting no check. Relax. I get no check.
He get the check by himself.
I just like it the Mama Wani.
It's Cuban, B. That's that
Hey, this is
Cuban.
damn near Tiger Bone. This is herbal as a motherfucker.
That's that
Shit
Cuban.
strong, huh?
Come on, you gotta take a shot, Kiss. These niggas is on 19
None
shots
of
next to
that.
you.
Yo, listen,
None of
I'm
that.
for sure on that
I don't
Tiger
recommend
Bone.
that.
They killed me.
I don't recommend that. I recommend the white grape.
You want the white grape and not the Mama Wani?
It's very refreshing. Do we got some caviar? Do we got a bump? Kids, you want a bump of
My
caviar?
nigga boss told me to try this, right?
They already had
Yeah, that
theirs.
shit real
it's a
smooth.
tequila.
I'm gonna keep it. Who
Oh, you
am I
gonna stick
to-
with
Who
that?
am I to mess up tradition?
Yeah, or y'all do. You want a bump of
That shit
caviar?
is smooth. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, not right now.
Are you smoking the cat?
Jadakiss Racing lit up in here. I see you, kid.
I mean, I'm just trying.
I see you lit
Trying
up.
to trap water, baby.
Yes, sir. I see
You
you.
got your shot?
Oh, shit.
No, listen, I'm already. Listen,
I see you drink champ style.
Drink champ. Wait a second. Just give me a second.
Big salute, man.
Salute,
man. Thank y'all so much.
Thank
Ups and downs, man, in between the sheets.
Woo! And big up my man Cardell. I didn't see where he went.
Listen, guys, drink champs don't have any water. Like there's no like Evian or any Fiji happening here.
There's something. I don't know who's this.
I don't know who that was neither. They said it was mine and I forgot.
You want to give it away?
I don't think it's right. I don't know. That's why I ain't drinking.
Give it away.
I'm not sure. I would if I ain't gonna drink it. I want to give it away.
I don't think it's open, man.
It's not. It's
I don't know.
You want it?
Right,
I don't think it's open. You make your judgment though.
Oh my God.
That might be vodka.
It's already open.
You better watch it. Might be distilled vodka.
Look, Jadakiss, come on.
Carvier.
Come on.
Nah, right now.
It's your first
Caviar.
You know, I got my mind right for this drink champs.
Okay, this one?
I'm very focused.
Come on, let's talk to Jadakiss, man, about this hip hop shit. Let's go.
Let's go. Go ahead. You hit him with some questions,
go,
Star.
man.
Hit him with some questions, Star.
Who your favorite rapper, Jada?
Biggie.
Big. Biggie, man.
Give
us a Biggie story, man. You was in the studio with Biggie. Give us a Biggie story,
Blessed
man.
memory.
Legend.
You can't tell these stories?
I don't want to say something I said already. I'm trying to give, for my brothers right here, I'm trying to come up with a nice, unique
That's
one.
the golden era, the bad boy, Biggie, Jadakiss. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. This is what made motherfuckers want to rap.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. All about the Benjis, baby.
I don't know. I mean, for me, my all-time favorite one is when we first signed, we didn't really get to see Big that much. Like, he was on Bad Boy, but he was moving, doing shit with Total, moving around. So we used to see him on occasions in the stew, and he fucked with his hard body.
And you consider him the big homie already?
Definitely.
Right, he was a big homie for sure.
We used to write rhymes that we wanted. Before we knew him, we would write rhymes and say, these is for Big. Like, we want to
impress him.
Yeah.
Right.
So, once we got on the same squad, it was all love. But like I said, even after we signed, I was turning 21. I was having a birthday party uptown. And it took me all my might to ask him to come.
Wow.
He was like, hell yeah. Where's it at? Just tell C's. I'll be there. I'm like, early young kiss, like, he just spent me. He ain't coming.
Really dissed y'all on that record?
You'll see. I mean, I wouldn't call it a diss. I would call it
a challenge.
It was like Purnell and Kane. He was like, welcome to the label, but
a haze.
We was just talking about that earlier. Like with the
nah, he wasn't hazing.
Like
He telling you, y'all little niggas better come on your A game or, cause I ain't playing. And it helped us. You know what I mean? It was, and then at that time, we didn't really care. We was head hunting ninjas, warrior lords. We didn't give a fuck about nothing. We just wanted to rap at any capacity with no name or none of that. Didn't matter. We was just young, thirsty, and wanted to be in the game. You know what I mean?
But hands down, you say always gonna say Biggie. But besides Biggie, who else?
Nas, Hov, Styles, DMX.
Okay, nobody knows.
Scarface.
Listen, stop. Okay, sorry, Face. Okay. Like
I
you
love
as a
rap. Big
you
Daddy
as a
Kane,
kid.
Cool G rap.
There you go.
Big Daddy Kane, Cool G rap, Rakim, Curtis Blow,
I'm good.
There you
the
go.
Fat Boys,
Okay.
Run
Rest in
DMC,
peace, Prince Marky D.
Rest in peace, Prince Marky D. I'm a student of the game. I pay homage to everybody. I'm always for the artists. Like I was saying on my podcast, talking about NBA players. I'm always gonna be for the players.
Right.
I'm one of them type of dudes. I don't care. Right or wrong, I'm with the players. Right or wrong, I'm with the artists. And that's just what type of time I'm on. That's why.
Will the Knicks ever be
good. The Knicks is doing good right now.
The Knicks
I
is
ain't
decent.
paying
They
attention.
decent, bro. I told you, they decent.
They decent,
Yeah.
you know.
They're solid, man.
Thibodeau
That's what I'm saying.
got him buying into his system, and
Right.
they playing
You don't
hard.
gotta get rid of the owner though. Is that still a
I don't
problem?
know how you get rid of the owner.
Can't get rid of the guy. The guy's a billionaire. You can't get rid of the owner.
How you get rid of the
Foundation.
foundation?
You buy
He
it
ain't the
out.
foundation. He the owner. That's not the
No, but this
foundation.
guy went and bought.
I mean-
He brought in Phil Jackson. He bringing the guys you
Phil
want. That
Jackson
everyone wants
didn't
to
even
bring.
want to be there,
Listen,
man.
That's Phil Jackson's
me
problem. Not
watching
the owner's problem.
Dolan, for me, from the outside watching Dolan, he brings in somebody where you don't gotta blame him, and then he goes sing rock music at SOB.
Right. If you're the owner of the Knicks, right? You say, all right, I own the team. So the best GM I can bring in right now is Phil Jackson.
That's true.
So you do your job. You say, I'm gonna bring in Phil Jackson.
After that,
After that, it's Phil Jackson's job.
He get himself out of it,
Right.
so you don't gotta blame him.
Yeah,
That's his problem.
He also kicked Spike Lee out, and
I agree with all that. Now, I don't know about all that.
the owner, Charles Barkley, Charles Oakley.
He got to make the decision to tell them, if you see Spike Lee at these entrances,
Let him go.
don't let him in. And he been going there consecutively for 30 years.
Spike Lee got
crazy.
Somebody had to make a call,
Spike Lee
yo,
got
today
big
no
ups again.
Spike. It wasn't just the personnel matters, that was a head
And
honcho.
there's no way even the security that stopped Spike didn't know who Spike was. Like, come on, man, that's Spike Lee. If you live in New York City,
That's Spike. You know who Spike is.
If you alive, you know
if you
Spike.
know, yeah, exactly.
Courtside Spike Lee, man, he there.
What you said?
Courtside Spike Lee, he always
Spike always at the games, man. Spike is the Knicks legend, bro. Spike is the Knicks,
So
man.
what was the reason why they wouldn't let him in?
Cause he went through an entrance that wasn't.
They changed it because I don't know if it's the COVID protocol.
But no, y'all saying
It's
that.
before COVID.
It's before COVID,
They
yeah.
just told him it was some kind of something was going on because he said he been going through that same entrance for years.
All right.
They put out an APB, don't let him in.
Right, that's crazy.
He never really said it. They never.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. That's crazy.
So they did the Oakley.
That's crazy, bro.
Big Oak got into it with the security and the
Big
guard.
O, yeah.
It was about 4 securities to hold him out.
I feel like they should have let Oakley live.
got to.
They ain't had the.
They did Oak like he never played. They treated him like he never.
But he was
put in
pointing at
pain for
Dolan.
the.
He was yelling at Dolan, and then they said, "Grab him up."
Yeah, because they trying to grab him, man. Oak ain't on.
Oak ain't going for that. Don't
Oak ain't
grab the
going
man.
for that. Don't touch that man.
Nah, you can't. I mean, listen, bro. You just gonna grab Oak,
man.
You
Don't
think
touch
everything
him.
will be smooth? You grab Oak, like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna just grab him up. Nah.
It was so dope because when it happened, that's when Q said, "Oh, that won't happen at the Big Three," and then he became a coach.
Right.
That's dope.
Now, why'd you name the album Boss of Bosses?
My shit?
Yes, sir.
I felt like that. I feel like that still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I own my shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, at the same time, you know, I might not be as famous or whatever, you know, because, you know, whatever, because I ain't with the majors or whatever, but I always been my own boss.
Can I cut in on that? Yeah. Slim Thug is the only artist I ever got mad at before I knew him. Because I got mad that he signed.
Right. Oh yeah,
because I knew what he was doing. I watched his own. So when he finally did that deal, I was tight. Like, he don't even need this motherfucker. So, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a good mad. Yeah, I'm like, he don't need this shit. He big.
I told him that's the rumor. We thought he was rich already.
It was like, it came, that's what it was though. We was getting money and we was doing all that, but at the end of the day, we was going in the same circle. It was Texas, it was Louisiana. We wasn't going no farther than that. You know, we wanted to be stars at the end. We was young.
Tell me I can get rich. You tell me I can get rich just going to Mount Vernon and fucking the Bronx or something. I ain't never going nowhere. I need to get out there more.
Right.
That's dope shit.
Yeah, man. But
you legend for that.
Yeah,
man.
but it showed us our self value. You know what I'm saying? Early, we was able to understand, you know, what we was worth. You know, doing it like the way we was doing it. So we could say, hey man, you know, we ain't gonna sign for this or sign for that because we already know. We
what
making
it
this
is.
what it is. You know. So that's what the underground game gave us, you know, in Texas or whatever. So it was a blessing.
That's dope shit. I salute
Now,
y'all.
Stat,
Definitely.
like, you played in both the NBA and overseas. What is the biggest difference? Like, did you feel like more of a star when you was overseas, or
I mean,
he already built up. He was already built a brand when he went over there.
Yeah, it was already a brand built when I went over there.
Yeah.
I mean, they already knew what it was when I went overseas.
Right. We thought you wasn't coming back like Stoudemire at one point. Like,
no,
like Marbury. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yo,
Starberry.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm saying Marbury. In my mind. The Coney Island guy.
My mind was right, but you were wrong.
You know, remember how you went to China and he never came back? Was you going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, no, I was
in my mind.
I was for sure coming back.
Wait, what?
I was for sure coming back.
Okay.
But I was there for a reason. I was there to learn and also to play. You feel me? So I took care of both aspects while I was there. And I wanted to continue that along until I got it all figured out, and then I came back.
Right.
So it took me 4 years to get it all like understood, and then I was able to come back. But as far as the game, the NBA is a whole different level. It's the top league in the world.
Right.
You feel me saying? You travel, you know, private planes, you got like 5-star restaurants, 5-star hotels. Overseas, you're not traveling like commercial. You're staying at 3-star hotels. You can still go to your top restaurants, but the travel-wise, it was different. You had to
guys
humble
overseas
yourself.
was like gunning for you because they're like, yo, come on, you know.
Yeah, so I went over there like, you know, I was already a 6-time All-Star. I had like great success in the NBA. And these guys, a lot of the guys played 1 or 2 years in the NBA, and they're making their name and their stars overseas. So they felt like I was coming over to like somewhat take their shine. But I went with a humble approach because I was only there to learn, right? But then I also played basketball. So it wasn't like I cared much about basketball. Like I wanted to be the best for sure. Like I got MVP, won a champion. I won 2 championships, All-Star MVP. I did all these things there, but I took a humble approach to everything. So therefore, it was like, all right, stay at one of the guys. You feel me? I could have went over there on the ego trip, like this is mine. I own the team, because I did own the team. I was the owner of Jerusalem.
Right.
You owned the team you was on?
Oh, yeah.
That's dope.
That should be the goal for everybody. I'm gonna go and own the team.
And the MVP?
I was the owner of the team and won the championship.
And MVP.
And All-Star MVP.
That's hard.
But how do you get the mind frame to go own that team?
Well, a buddy of mine approached me about it. He's like, listen, there's a team for sale. Want to get involved? You know, opportunities here, just let me know. So I got involved.
And that's in Jerusalem?
In Jerusalem.
Wow.
I'm like, listen, this is a space where none of us is.
You still own the team to this day?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, and the African Americans that were brought here as slaves are Israelites. So let me go here now, plant a seed here, build this program here, so that way now that we're returning back to our land, so then now, you know, I built that whole little infrastructure. So it's a whole different level of like learning, infiltrating, and also building in a space where we once were. And so I went through that whole process of like, we're back. You know what I'm saying? And then
that's a lot of planning. That doesn't take a week.
It's a lot of planning, a lot of history, a lot of
kidding
things
me?
going on there.
I don't know.
Kidding me? No,
And you
for
also
sure
played
not.
in the Big 3.
Yeah. So yeah.
Stay busy.
Yeah.
You got a mic, bro.
I was playing in the Big 3. How was that?
But it was a vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was for the people. You feel me? Like you go to the games and it's for the people. So I'm like, listen, I'm going for sure to play in the Big 3 because the ones that are there may not be able to afford the NBA ticket, you know, to go see NBA games, but they can go see their favorite players. You know, they can see me, they can see Allen Iverson, they can see Dr. J, they can see, you know, these different players.
Yeah, they won the championship. Big Baby.
You can see Baby, Corey Maggette, you can see like Jermaine O'Neal, you can see all these great players that you grew up watching, but you wasn't able to afford an NBA ticket. But now you can go see them now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you see Joe Johnson, you see these guys who are still playing high-level basketball and get good basketball. And I'm like, yeah, I'm for sure for the people.
Right.
So I got involved with the Big 3.
What's going on back here, bro?
I'm trying to rob my marijuana. He thought I ain't paying attention. I'm like, hey, Mr. Lee, comment.
He's trying to get him a negative.
I think it's a big yeah, comment there. He thought I wasn't paying attention, man. I got all that. I'm watching everything, brother. If a nickel bag is sold, I want in.
Come on, leave my body alone.
No, I need a little nugget off that though.
Hey, listen.
I ain't Mr. Lee. Let me get a little.
I got you, buddy.
Mr. Lee's the distributor, and he over there trying to. Come on, Lee.
Rapper weed.
Shit. This is a legendary right now. I ain't
Yo,
gonna
listen,
lie.
this how we do
This is
it.
legendary, man. And you know what's happening in Texas. This is crazy. Like,
Definitely, man.
For us to have him here. Yeah, come on, man. Get it together.
Hey, man, let me get one of those, boss. I got something for
Man,
that.
Dora, you might want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, man. I need one of those, boss.
Oh, you want a blunt?
Yeah,
Oh, I ain't no nigga smoke blunt still. All right, cool.
Hell
You
yeah,
want
what
one
you
too,
mean?
Kiss? Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, please, sir.
You want
I got
you want regular flowers so you can roll your back with.
You got the wood.
Yeah, for sure, the woods.
Mr. Lee, that's not the wood.
Yeah.
I'll make something happen.
You don't want it? I'm gonna give you it in your hand, or you want it? All right, give me a napkin.
give
I
it
poured all in.
Shout out,
Come
yeah.
on, like, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, how you
Get a shot.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, get a shot of weed.
Get a shot of weed, man. You know what I mean? Shit, L out here. You
You
know
need
what
your
I'm
own
saying?
strand, Nori. What's up? You need your
I
own
got
strand,
Super
bro.
Thug OG. I got Super Thug OG. That ain't it. It ain't ready yet. Yeah, take it out because of the spoon. I got Super Thug OG. But there's Cherry People.
Yo, Dora, you put the wood up, bro.
You in
Put
the
the wood
cannabis
down for
company?
me.
You into a cannabis company?
No, I'm not, but I was actually looking into it though.
Okay.
Because for a lot of recovery, for a lot of guys who play in the league, they deal with like either depression or they deal with like, soreness and pain from like playing all these years. And so for me, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, listen, she's 65 years old. I said, Mom, the best thing for you right now is to light up a joint. Light up a joint, and then life becomes much more clear. You relax, you chill, you watch your movie, all that depression or whatever you may have, it goes away. So like she was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. So she starts smoking the joint, and she feels so much better. She's at ease, she has peace. I'm like, this might be a space I need to get involved in, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
Mom's is feeling good about everything. You feel me?
Cannabis, man. Cannabis is taking over the world.
And so many partners got locked up by selling cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like now it's like, how can you now, kick us out of the industry that we particularly like built? You feel me? Like we always been able to, like a lot of the homies like was always like pushing, weed in the days. You feel me? So it's like, how can we now not be involved in this when it's like the new age of like, you know what I'm saying? Like
stocks. It's on the stock market.
Yeah, like we gotta be involved. That's what Little Hov is doing.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Big up Monogram.
Big up Monogram.
The Monogram, bro. Like it's imperative for us to be able to get involved in this because this is what we did. Like we got locked up for selling nickel bags, dime bags, whatever, only because our people needed this because of what the lifestyle we lived in was so like hard to live in.
Yo, one time I got locked up for the police. I threw the blunt away. They never even found the blunt. They turned around, see me smoking. I literally pressed the metal park. Threw the shit. And then, in New York, it's wintertime. The blunt flew away. There's no way they could have found it.
Yeah, man.
And they
That's what
still
I'm saying, bro.
arrested me.
To live in the hood.
Over the scent. They said, you smell like it. I said, holy motherfucker. I smell like it? I gotta go. I was smoking, but that's how bad the laws was back in the days. Yeah.
When you live in the hood, man, you need the herbs to kind of calm things down for you. For like when you're not too like overwhelmed by society. You feel me? So to sort of light up, it's like it takes me away from all the situations that's happening around us.
So let's be clear. We're saying that Stack does smoke. Stack does burn it down.
Well, I mean, listen, bro, I used to.
Used to.
Only when I had time before I started training.
No doubt.
You feel me? So when the season's over, I got I'll take maybe what?
Is there more
3
than good
weeks
shit?
off.
More than shit? Because I'm drinking. This is good.
I take 3 weeks off. Okay, cool. My 3 weeks, I smoke with a sense of moderate intake.
Okay.
And then when it's time to train, I'm back active. Why? I got goals. All-star. You want to accomplish these situations. You don't want to be altered by alternative thoughts. You want to be focused. So I was like, hey, I got my little moment. I got my moment, 2 weeks a moment of like living free, relaxed, on the couch, whatever. and then I got my time where it's like back to work.
Let me
then I
ask
put
y'all,
everything aside.
and this is for all three of y'all. What y'all think about Zion so far?
By who?
Zion.
Zion?
Yeah.
Williamson.
Oh, he explosive. Ball player?
Yeah.
He ball.
I think he putting up decent numbers.
He a fool. He a young. He gonna be
dog.
somebody.
He a dog.
He the next LeBron?
No.
Nah.
I don't know.
You pushed the envelope a little too far, N.O.R.E.
Yeah. That's what they were saying. I went too far. My bad.
Biggs, you're going too far.
I went too far. Yeah, that's what they were saying.
No, what I think about Zion is he needs to develop like a more understanding of the game. Right now, he's very explosive, and he gets to the basket, and he uses athleticism to get his points. After a while, at 285, jumping that high and that explosive, it's going to put pressure on your joints. You know what I'm saying? You may incur injuries. But if he's able to now finesse the game, get his shot off, where he's a score without being as explosive, and be able to explode when the time is right. Right? That's why I like what's the guy from Phoenix? Devin Booker. Right. Devin Booker, and obviously LeBron and these guys, they figured out ways to be explosive. Every play's not explosive. But when they get a backdoor lob, then you see them like, wow, this guy's incredible. Or you get like an open lane, he takes off. Whoa, what'd you see that? Wow, did you see that move? You feel me? But other than that, they're coasting.
It's in my line.
They're making passes, you know what I'm saying? And they're playing the game. But when it's time to be like that guy and explode, then they got that. Zionists have yet to figure out like when that space is.
Playing on one speed.
Yeah, he's playing one speed.
Is that what they say, let the game come to you?
Yeah, exactly. But he's young though, he's a rookie, like he's the second year in the league. So he's like, it takes.
And he was hurt in the first year, didn't he?
It's right. So it takes 2-3 years for that to come, you feel me? So
Are y'all fans of this like power teams getting together, like when LeBron joined Miami?
Nets.
It was
Super
like
team.
it was the super teams. Yeah, is y'all
They
fans?
had one of the first kind of super teams,
Who?
if you ask me.
LeBron? Who?
Phoenix, Nash, this nigga,
Ja.
Joe Johnson.
Ja.
They're crazy. They shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't. I mean, if with the media and all of the hype up,
Right.
they had a real big three. They had a great, but then as time passes and more marketing and more media, they start focusing on.
But I'm taking it from this era, like when LeBron, because it felt like LeBron deliberately,
Yeah, he went and put who he needed to put his faculty together to win a championship.
And then since then, like now you got Brooklyn, you got three of them together. We got Harden, Kyrie.
I think they're gonna win it this year.
Stack working with Brooklyn right
take
now,
it
right?
easy, guys. We got a squad, man.
Yeah. So I mean, is you a fan of that? As a player, not as I know you behind the scenes right now.
As a coach,
I mean, for sure, like as a player, I would have probably, it all depends, right?
If you ain't on a super team, you got to face a super team.
No, but I tried though with the Knicks.
Okay.
I tried to build like a super team.
When Melo,
I want to bring Melo in.
Right.
I want to bring CP3 in. It wasn't CP3. I wanted to bring Tony Parker in. But it wasn't like a super team. It's just being able to have like the top guys in that position.
What would have happened if we would have got CP3, you and Melo at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was going through a little bit of like a body breakdown. 'Cause I played like I'm an air player, right? So when you're an air player, you have more like, and being 6'10" and athletic in that space, there wasn't too many guys that were as fast and agile and quick and explosive at that size. So therefore, a lot of players in that space are more prone to injury because you're an air player and your joints are taking on pounding that's different from like the regular guy, right? So for me, it was a little bit different. I was going through a little bit of like a body shift for me. But for Melo was like top of the game. 62 in the Garden, lead score. He was like incredible to watch. And I'm sitting there watching him like, man, I wish I could get out there and like what I'm saying, and apply my dominance with you. So I was like, let me try to bring in CP or Tony Parker, somebody that can also be a part of the group. So like, it wasn't about like building like a super team. It's more so building players that are like great in their lane, who can help control and bring the best out of all of us. Nowadays it's different. Now it's like, you got, first it started out with Boston with KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, those guys. And then LeBron went to Miami with D-Wade, Chris Bosh. You feel me? So
that was the first one I felt like that was frowned upon. No. But Boston wasn't frowned upon. No one looked at them and said that.
No, it's because the way he did it.
The first one that was frowned upon was when LeBron.
When he did the press conference.
The press conference.
The press conference. South Bay shit,
But even with or without the press conference, it was looked like you had to join somebody else to beat it.
Well, it was kind of the first time to compare LeBron to Jordan. That's why. They were trying to compare LeBron to Jordan. Like you should have your own team, and everybody come to Cleveland and play with you. Which he tried that.
To Cleveland. Because he did have Kyrie on Cleveland.
Sure.
Right.
But a lot of guys wasn't trying to go to Cleveland. Right. It's like, I don't want to go to Cleveland. Why? There's nothing to do there. It's like all snow. Like, who want to go to Cleveland? Right. You know what I'm saying? You would go to play with LeBron, but it's like it's a better attraction to come to Miami.
So let me ask you, because you just said you was thinking about, like, when the person is a star player, it's that person, like you calling CP3, the coach ain't calling CP3. Right?
Yeah, but it's collusion also. So as a player, if CP3's on a team already, you can't call him and say, hey, come join with the Knicks. Wow. Even though I wanted to, but I can't as a player.
Wow.
I can't collude myself when I say, hey, CP, listen, man, we got cap space, leave, LA Clippers and come to New York with us with me and Melo.
Right.
I couldn't make that call.
So how does this call be made?
So the GM has to be the guy who's like figuring out which players are proper. You know what I'm saying, for the team. It can't come from the players. We can't call and be like under the table like, hey, listen, come to us.
You get fined.
Yeah, you get fined for that.
They tap your phone? How the hell they going to know?
Somebody gonna say something, like it gets out to the media like Amar'e's calling CP under the table about coming to New York. And what you said in New York was like, oh man, you got page 6 and this, that, and the third, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa.
But we know players go visit. We know players go visit these other teams, and and then you have lunch with them. That's automatically going to be thought. Like if LeBron comes to Brooklyn right now and he has lunch with you, they're going to be thinking that he's going there. Yeah, he's going there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I think the move is though, like the boss move is when artists collaborate with players in the agency space.
And the agency.
And you build an agency based upon a guy who's respected within the league, who now is an agent. You bring on their favorite artists or artists that they respect on as management within the agency. And then now you go and sign Anthony Davis. You go and sign.
At Clutch Sports, they do that.
You go and sign these guys, and you bring them on as an agency, and then now you're able to now tap into that world. I mean, the first guy that did it was Master P. He did it.
Right. He had his own agency.
He had his own. Yeah. You signed Ricky Williams, all-pro running back, one of the all-time great running backs. You spring him on. Ricky Williams love P's music, whatever. He's in the sports space. Sports and athletics coincide, bro. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like all athletes love their favorite artist. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Their favorite artists love their athletes. Like it's until we decide to tap into that space and take out the middleman and being able to build that type of infrastructure, it's a whole different type of game now. Right. You feel me? Like everyone can eat on the side of sports because that's like an open lane for everyone. You feel me? It's an open lane, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Luke and Devontae Freeman. They do the same thing out there.
Yeah. How about Rock Nation?
Rock Nation for sure, bro. 100%. Hov is a mastermind, bro. He got 100%. He did the right thing. Very strategic, very smart, intelligent. That's why I respect Hov so much, because he's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's a business guy. He's focusing on the business aspects. He's locked in on what it takes, and he's also a classic guy. He's not. What he does is not ratchet. Right. It's a very strategic, organized infrastructure that's respected by entrepreneurs, billionaires, guys who did 4 years of Stanford, guys who went to Ivy League school. They're respected because it's so organized and structured to where they now can relate to that. You feel what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal, bro. That's the ideal, man.
You think you're gonna open a sports agency?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just learning.
It sounded like that was an alley-oop for us to have a meeting.
For us to start our sports agency, us right here.
Yeah, let's start leagues, bro. It's so much space, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was the alley, man. Let's do it.
All right. So, is there anybody who that you looked up to, Thug, and you got to meet him and was disappointed?
Disappointed. I don't know nobody who I can say I'm disappointed about, but I would say somebody who I looked up to that I met that I was happy I met was Pimp C, who embraced me.
Oh, wow.
He hella embraced me, and that was somebody who wanted to embrace you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up listening to UGK. He made me damn near want to be a rapper. So, he would call me and have, hour-long conversations with me, bro. So it's like, that shit was like our Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Our Jay-Z, so it was amazing to, have my experience with him, and then I got even on him clips of him just showing me hella love. So, it's like crazy, man.
When I really did confirm that it was snow in Texas, that's the first person I thought of. Because I remember he said, we the South, we on a different geographics than motherfuckers. And I don't know why that conversation just popped in my head. I was like, he was right. He was like, you know what I'm saying? That was like almost a Nostradamus, because he was like, yo, we different. Like, we on a different. I was like, damn. When I thought of Pimp C, man. That was my homie. Let me just tell you something. To give you a good memory of Pimp C, the type of person he was. I had artists that they didn't know who they were. Mussolini and Maze. And Mussolini and Maze, even though they wasn't on the level of a UGK, they wanted to do a record with UGK. So we hit Bun, we hit Pimp, and said, yo, how much you guys want? And they told us what we wanted, and we brought them to the studio. We got them in the studio, and Bun and UGK Pimp gave us back the check. It was like, we just wanted to see if he was going to do it, Pimp. Oh, shit. And I was like, no. They gave us back the check. All right, but naturally, we gave it back. I said, nah, nigga, this ain't money. They ain't ours.
But they wanted to see if he was gonna pay that.
Yeah, and when we did, because it was the relationship for me. It was for me. The favor was for me. But I knew no one knew who Moose and Maze was at the time. So but we calculated that. We said, nah, man, we all gonna win off of this. You know what I mean? And that just lets you know the character.
That's real.
Pimp was. I used to speak to. At one point, I used to speak to. That was the most person I used to speak to in hip hop. I used to just call him and be like that was just my dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Pimp C conversations was real, man.
Yeah. Every moment with that dude was ill. So where was you at when you found out that Pimp C passed away?
Oh man, I was in the city in Houston. When I heard the word, but shit. He was in LA when it happened, they say, So it was like, it was crazy, man, He would always hit me up, though, just randomly and just talk to me for like a whole fucking hour and just tell me all kind of classic fucking stories, bro. So it's like, you grow up and listening to a motherfucker and then you don't know how they gonna, he in jail, though. He was in a jail. So he came home and that's when I first met him. So it was like, and ever since then, he would hella embrace me, like show hella love to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit you can't pay for cosigns, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he ain't fuck with everybody. So, he showed me too much love. Huh? Hell yeah, I was fat as fuck, weighed 300 pounds, bro. Like,
was that the reason you stopped? Or?
I got high blood pressure. So I take a pill still to this motherfucking day. So that's why I stopped. And, like I run 3 miles. I know you're a running motherfucker. I run 3 miles every day for that shit. You know what I'm saying? To just work out, to maintain that shit.
Bro. Health is wealth,
for
man.
real.
Juices for life.
Yeah.
Pharmacy for life.
Yeah, so that's why I do that shit.
I just placed my order.
And all right, because for those that don't know, like,
not to advocate this, but is there a way to do lean without the soda?
Without the soda?
Yeah, because
It was
soda
still,
is
no, the soda's the worst.
Goddamn,
Are you serious?
You're going too hard. It's like,
the soda's not the worst part.
I sincerely don't know.
The soda's just a mix.
Sugar, the sugar part of it.
It was
he related it.
The drink the drink was the problem, but the thing is, the original drink that we originally, used to sip on is
Activists.
it's over.
They drinking Factivists.
Right.
This shit
So
is heroin,
I don't
bro.
even know what the
Let's keep it
youngsters
100.
doing
It's
now.
heroin.
Because I've been stopped a long time ago, but I don't know what they sipping on now.
Probably
but,
the only time I think I did lean.
Some shit. I don't know what's going on the cool. It's a lot of everything going on the cool, but like I said, I don't know what these youngsters doing now, but that shit been over, But it never was good. It always was bad. A lot of niggas was fucked up off of it, man. And it was just like drinking. You was sipping and you ain't had no. You wasn't doing no working out. You wasn't eating good. So a lot of motherfuckers was fucked up off of it. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. So to see motherfuckers now fucked up off of it is like, damn. We been seeing that. We been over that. We been.
It's a dope generation, like he's saying. And it's not using dope in a good way. It's actually a heroin.
It's heroin, bro.
A heroin situation. Like some of these young brothers, when I see them, like I don't know how to reach out to them and just give them a talk because who's to listen to me? I got a fucking drink in my hand.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, like you know what I mean? Like it's be hard for me to try to give them any type of thing, but
But nobody's calling heroin too. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Nobody's
it's
saying
heroin.
that's heroin.
Yeah, it's heroin.
Because it's not called heroin.
It's not heroin. It's just a form of
heroin.
It's heroin adjacent.
It's heroin, bro.
Yeah, but
it's
not-
heroin.
It's heroin.
I'll give you heroin and I'll give you lean. And if you hit the heroin, you ain't even gonna hit the lean.
But if I'm injecting heroin, is a different thing.
If you sniff it, inject it, anything. It's lean and heroin. It got some of the same shit, but
It's the same shit.
I bet you rather hit some lean than hit a sack of dope. You gonna be fucking.
It's like smoking and edibles. Same thing.
You ever did lean?
I sipped it. I didn't like have my whole cup.
You didn't inhale?
But in Texas one time, one of the
You took a
OGs,
shot?
yeah, little nigga take a sip.
Yeah.
I sipped it.
It's crazy
I ain't like it,
though, because this how it was. Like we first came through, still tipping. It was so early.
OG in Houston, here, little nigga sipping.
A lot of niggas don't know, ain't know what it was.
In my mind,
and you imagine going to New York, niggas was like, niggas, so you sipping cow syrup, nigga? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, niggas was looking at you crazy. So then you see Lil Wayne come through with his cup, and now everybody got their fucking cups and sipping syrup.
trendy
It's
now.
like, wow, bro. Yeah, motherfuckers was looking at us like we was country and goofy and shit. But now you got your cup, you know what I'm saying? It was so crazy, though.
Yeah, nah, Texas, because it was like, I believe in America, it was Texas and Philly was the worst places ever. And Memphis too.
Right.
I think. Where's A-Boy and MJG from? They from Memphis.
Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. That's
the same shit, right?
That's up there yellow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was the first people I told you I went on a tour with A-Boy and MJG, and we couldn't find no weed, and they did not care. Niggas was like, hey man, we got that drink, and I was like, I didn't know what they were talking about. And then, like I told you, I tell the story all the time. So we fly back from Japan. This is Japan, and the lady comes to me and she says, the guy never moved one time. For the whole Japan, 11 hours, wherever we flew from Japan, straight. So she come to me, she thinking it's me. She thinking because they must have told her, like, yo, there's two groups on there. It's Capone Noriega and 8-Ball MJG. So the lady must have thought it was me that was like 8-Ball or whatever. So she's like, guy never moved. 11 hours. I'm digging some shit too. I'm like, what guy? Please don't say the big guy. She's like, the big guy. I'm like, oh, he might be gone. And then he like slightly woke up, and I was like, oh shit. And that was it. Like that's the first time I heard of lean and this shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't lean. It was called a scissor.
It had all kinds of names.
It was called a scissor at the time, and something like that. And then
stuff.
And then that's the crazy shit. Like, but that was an ill pandemic right now.
Yeah, very ill.
That was a pandemic too, bro.
Right, for real. That took over the world for a minute.
That was a pandemic, bro.
It took over the world.
That shit ain't over.
Niggas was zombies for a long time.
That shit ain't over.
Young's are still sipping.
Drinking it.
Young's are still sipping. They still sipping.
Yeah, they still sipping that shit.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is like the junkie generation.
This is junkie.
I'm being honest. Like at least like we looked up to the dealers. Smoke. That's it.
We looked up to the dealers.
These niggas is drinking, smoking, taking pills. They sniffing pills. Facts. They drinking a drink. They drinking. They uppers and downers. This is crazy. But that's why they killing each other though. This is the crazy shit, right? Is you think because they drank up? What do y'all think? Like this is.
It's the
They for
pills.
sure turned up, bro.
Yo, right now the internet is probably the worst thing ever for a young man, 16 years old, that want to be a rapper. He's on there showing his guns. Do you see these dudes sometimes? You look at young Twitter.
Crazy.
You look at young Twitter. You look at young Instagram.
Showing those bands.
You know, you on the OG Instagram. You don't even know it.
Crazy.
There's a young version of this shit. These niggas is out
These
there.
young niggas shooting each other up so crazy right now,
They
man.
got so many diss records against each other.
Exactly.
Yo, yeah.
They throwing away for nothing.
Everybody. Yo, it's the Wild Wild West on Instagram.
For real.
On Instagram, yo. They all gonna go to jail eventually.
Everybody.
Yeah. That's a fact. You don't fall into none of that Instagram
Oh,
shit.
damn.
You
One
don't
or
fall
two
for
of
none of
them
that.
Nah, listen, I grew up in a different era, man.
Yeah.
I grew up in a different era, man. All that extraness wasn't even a part of the game.
They doing police work at the end of the day.
That's
All
what
they
it is.
doing is making it easy
It's
for the
self-snitching.
cops to just go grab you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Cop don't even gotta do no investigation.
Look at
Go
the
to your
gram.
page, put the
It
whole
be your own
cases
gram.
right
A
there.
nigga smoke a nigga and then talk about it on Instagram.
Bragging about some shit.
Like, damn.
That's crazy.
It's too crazy. And they in jail looking dumb.
Yeah, listen,
What's up with Delonte West? He doing good?
Yeah, actually, I seen they said Mark Cuban gave him a job. They put him in rehab, then gave him a job at the rehab.
That's real.
You know what I mean? So,
And they got him on a
salute
workout
that.
training.
Yeah, he working out.
salute on that.
Yeah.
You ever thought you see some shit like that? A star player in the
nah, I
NBA?
listen, bro.
Man, how many times we see rappers that
You live
was
a
up
fast
that
life,
fucked
man.
up. Same shit.
Now, rappers is normal. It's normal to see rappers like that. To tell you the truth, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
he got-
Right.
his shit ain't
Rappers
just-
getting fucked
You
up.
know, with Delonte
and being
West,
fucked
though,
up is
he didn't
normal.
just fuck
Not
up
millionaire
bread.
athletes.
He
Not
didn't just
millionaire.
fuck up his bread. He has an issue. He has a
There's a mental issue.
health
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. So
Can't control that.
he needed professional help. You know what I mean? It had nothing to. That's probably his shit is a whole different scenario.
Shout out to Mark Cuban for looking for him too.
Facts, bro.
Yeah,
Cuban
big
is
facts.
G,
Cuban is
bro.
one of the illest. Cuban is ill, though.
Yeah, he ill.
Shout out to just saw Cuban.
He's not Cuban.
He's not Cuban. But shout out to
Real one, man.
Cubans.
Mark Cuban's a
Shout
real
out
one,
to
bro.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, shout out to Mark Cuban.
Right.
We're not calling him a Cuban.
I am. I'll take
That's
it.
why I know.
I'll
That's
just take
why.
it.
No, but he's Mark Cuban.
No, he's not Cuban
not
at all.
Mark
At
Cuban.
all. At all. But I'll take the
But
Cuban.
it's all
in.
love. Cuban is Cuban.
Cuban,
Shout out to
one
my
of the
man
smartest
for
out
love, man. The first Cubans in YO. First Cuban fan.
What's the best coach you ever played for? In your
Best
opinion?
coach I played for?
Antonio.
Yeah, the best coach I played for, yeah, it was probably Mike D'Antoni. Only because
That
he
was on the Sons of the Knicks.
Make some noise for
Boom.
me.
Boom.
only because he let you be the player that you are. He don't pigeonhole you. You know what I'm saying? If you're a power forward, then he'll allow you to be like the best version of yourself within that space. To take full advantage of your opportunity, right? So for me, I was a power forward. And they put me at center for like 4 years in Phoenix.
Yeah, like it at first.
I hated it.
I gotta talk. I know shit. Go ahead, man.
Yo, Kiss, you're right, because I hated it. I was like, yo, listen.
I used to look at you and say, yeah, he hate this shit.
Yeah, because
You like playing center? It was center.
No, I actually grew up a small forward.
Right.
But then I played power forward because of my height.
Right.
When I got to the NBA. So then therefore, with D'Antoni, I went to center. And at first I'm like, wait, what? I got to guard Shaq. I got to guard David Robinson. I got to guard these cats every night.
They got to guard you too.
But they got to guard
and
me.
they couldn't. One day I seen. Go ahead. I'm
Guess what they see one.
Can't say it.
What?
No, not to cut him off, but the ref. What's that ref?
Donahue.
He blocked your championship. You know that, right?
Yeah, he did.
He blocked.
He
actually, he got him ejected, and they lost the shit. But he was on the road to win the chip that year. I seen him kill Tim Duncan. I couldn't. It was amazing because he was just faster. So
we just
what
talked
he
about
was
the Tim
saying, as D'Antoni put him at the 5 when he was used to playing the 4, eventually he reaped the benefits because they couldn't move as fast as him. And he was killing, and that fucking ref, man, the ref fucked the game up.
You remember the ref name? How you know ref name?
Tim
Donahue, bro. He got caught for cheating, by the way.
Yeah, he went to the feds, all that.
He went to the feds and everything.
He rigged shit. He was getting
What documentary is this?
You gotta watch this shit.
They got a movie coming out
He
about
got
it.
30 for 30 movie. You gotta look at this shit.
He was gambling.
He was betting, so he was fucking the game up, getting bread on the side. Listen. He actually jerked my nigga from his chip, man.
Fuck Tim Duncan.
You was winning the chip that year.
100%.
On my family blood. You was winning the chip that year. They couldn't do nothing with you.
100%.
Nobody.
That's crazy.
That's real talk.
Got him ejected out of that game, and
Right.
that
shit was crazy,
I wanted
man.
to cry off that.
That shit was crazy.
Nah, he was killing shit. He was crushing.
That's crazy. I remember Steve Nash in the back of the bus was reading a book. He was like super mad, red, like infuriating fear, like just upset. I can't believe this. Because we had a chance to win the championship.
Right.
And this referee, Tim Donahue, was actually like curving the games for us, and he mentioned inside the book that he was curving the games against Spurs.
He admitted it to it, man.
That wasn't the only game.
Wait, so he did
That
wild
was the
games.
only game.
Right.
You might as well finish it.
But that was like the game, like
That game was the most. That game fucked up the chip for Phoenix that year, though. That particular game, that was the game that screwed up them getting that chip that year.
Facts. Real talk, N.O.R.E. Real talk.
That's real talk.
Straight up.
I would watch it. I watched though. I seen the game. That shit hurt my heart.
It was crazy.
I'm laughing. This is real shit.
Real talk,
Take a sip of the wine.
You fucked that game up.
Oh yeah, open another bottle, man. This might as well, man.
Open the Brazil. What's the Israeli, man?
That's the Israel
called
part.
the Israeli special.
Open that. Be ready.
Only black Israelite culture winemaker, baby.
Come on, salute, man.
Israel because it is
The black excellence, man.
Shout out.
Make some noise. This is legendary right now. This is legendary.
You see why I gotta get my Drink Champ Sports segment?
Yeah, Drink Champ Sports.
I know shit that rappers don't know about this shit. N.O.R.E. said, "Who? I don't know about."
Yo,
I ain't know the ref's name.
I ain't never know a referee name in my life. I hired referees to play in my own games. I ain't never remember their names.
2 weeks ago, I met
Ref
Bennett
1 and Ref 2.
Salvador, yeah.
Who's that? Another ref?
Good friend of mine, yeah.
You a referee ass nigga. I
No,
respect that.
No, just know the game.
Bennett's connected.
I never what?
Bennett's connected, no.
What?
Just
No,
listen
the
to
refs?
his name, Bennett Salvatore. Say no more.
He bald.
You gotta look at him on. They got clips on YouTube when he was, cause he don't ref no more. He just teach the. He goes around the world.
He does his shit though. Hold up.
From the bottom.
He ain't gonna get away.
He got
You see
big
how
hands.
crazy?
He's
You see how fucking. You see how crazy that easy that was.
He could pull that whole fucking top of the bottom.
Yeah, but go ahead. What you were saying?
Bennett goes around the world like the Africa, and he teaches referees how to be ref now. But if you look on YouTube, he got clips. He told AI one time in the game, AI, you're letting the crowd. Allen, you're letting the crowd down. Yo,
Wow.
AI said, yo, I got fucking fouled. He didn't even acknowledge AI complaining. He said, you letting these people came here to see you. He was ill. He was one of the illest refs. I watched him, Joey Crawford.
Yeah.
Why I know Joey Crawford?
He did that one shit with Charles Barkley, you know what I'm saying? That race with Charles Barkley one time.
He had the race with Barkley and he fell. And he fucking teched up Tim Duncan from the bench one time for laughing for no reason.
Tim Duncan is a legend.
Mr. Fundamental.
Straight to sleep after this.
Right, me too. Once I get to the crib.
We just poured some. See, N.O.R.E.
They got a full drink over there.
We good.
It's on standby. It's on standby.
Hey man, look, give Ike some. What you drinking right now?
Who say?
Who say? Wine, man. Go get yourself some red wine. You know you want to shine.
Ike, pass me the
We
card,
going
Ike.
to Swan after this. Yeah, word.
Pass
We
the
going
card,
to Swan
Ike.
after this. We gonna be loose like we was last night. Shit was
They got Purple Rain? Let's go.
Yo, shit
I
was
gotta go
loose.
see Floyd. You went to his other party. I gotta go see him.
Yeah, hit me about some shit.
We gotta.
I went the other day. That shit was lit.
That shit was
Seen N.O.R.E. up
cool.
Where,
there.
Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I started to go out there. I should have went.
I forget because I went and when I realized everything was free, I said, "Oh, I like this type of party." So I forgot about going. You know, when everything
word?
is free. Yeah, everything was free. It was fantastic.
How was the vibe? How was the vibe? Was it a cool vibe?
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
I ain't have no upscale attire. I was gonna ask you to give me a
is that
suit.
what it was? Upscale attire?
I was gonna tell you. I was gonna see if you could loan me a suit. No?
I gotta
should've
upgrade
checked
my
it out,
suit
man. I
game.
missed that one.
I just went.
We gotta go suit shopping one day just for no reason, and I'm mine.
Yeah, in our mind, let's go shoe shopping.
Yeah.
All right, I never pictured me and
Film
Jadakiss
that,
shoe
though.
shopping.
It's gonna be. No, it's in
That's
your
all.
mind. It's in your mind.
That's all.
That's something.
Yeah, you gotta mob up, bro. You
Just
gotta mob up.
just go suit shopping. No
I was
reason.
seeing you in Soho House.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was seeing you. You know, I like
yeah,
seeing
you
you in
gotta step
Soho
mobbed
House.
up, man.
Yeah, I like Soho. You ain't a Soho House member?
Nah, I'm not a member.
Just summer
I've
membership,
been there
man.
before,
Just
though,
summer.
but I've been there with
Just summer membership. That's some
I'm a
fly
visit.
shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't a member, Kiss? You gotta stop being from Yonkers sometime. At some point, you gotta grow out of being Yonkers.
How can I stop being the way I was born?
Now I'm fucking with you, but you know you gotta upgrade your
Bring me,
membership.
show me. I'll get, you know,
Nigga, you
I got a couple
Jadakiss.
dollars. I know about the Soho House, but I mean, make some noise for me.
Gotta get some truffle pizza. You gotta get some truffle pizza in your life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on,
And
man.
that truffle pizza is fire,
Truffle
bro.
pizza is fire, man.
Fire.
Sound good right now.
Man, what?
I ain't gonna put. We've been talking about food this whole time. Like this, that's a great thing.
I'm still good off whatever that
El
name.
Gabbiano.
I'm going
El
there, I'm using your
Gabbiano.
name.
Gabbiano.
I tip the waiters
It's
nice,
only the
so
one-
they remember
yeah.
me.
Yeah, you definitely tip.
I'm going
You definitely
back.
did some mob shit yesterday.
Going back.
You like usually you people leave the tip on the card, but you was hitting niggas with cash.
No, I went and paid the bill with the card,
Uh-huh.
then I tipped everybody with the cash.
That's the way to do
I
it.
seen the special where a nigga put $100
And
in
everybody.
10,000. He turned the 100. He put more zeros in the comma and got 10,000 off a nigga's card. I seen the special. Watch the yallas.
Yeah.
So therefore, hit him with cash instead of writing this shit down.
The cash, because I watched the hour special. Niggas writing $20, niggas putting it.
You gotta put the strike. But you gotta put the strike.
You gotta put the strike on the tip.
This goes back to what I say. I only go to only certain restaurants. I only go to
Go to high-end joints is the ones that'll get you.
Doing it really.
Right.
They gonna get a y'all.
Went to the register and handled the situation, gave them in their hand. We ain't gonna have none of that. The tip segment on the paper that had nothing.
Get the Amex app on your phone so that when you know, like, whenever you charge
Ain't go
something,
right.
The notification.
I fuck with what's the shit? Apple. The Apple card.
Yeah,
they got
same
the Apple
deal.
card.
Get the notification on there.
Yeah, the Apple card is kind of hard.
So you know what's up. You just gotta know what's up.
Amex is one of the most secured shit.
Yeah, you can dispute that shit.
Right.
They'll call you for everything.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
one
you
time-
buy the you just wasn't backwards?
Yes, sir.
Is that you in the Louis store in Dallas?
Right.
God damn, y'all done fed on y'all American.
Pass the card.
Just bought some backwoods.
Yeah, they on you. Man.
I ain't gonna lie. TD held me down one day. One day, my car got charged twice in the same public, in two different publics at the same time. They just hit me. They was like, "There's no way you could be at both of these motherfuckers."
That's
right?
what you want, though.
Yeah, and they shut my shit down immediately.
You want that. You want that security.
Right.
Holy moly, guacamole, man. So what's next for Slim Thug, man?
I'm gonna keep doing Slim Thug. SDS vibes. I'm Sugar Daddy Slim now. I ain't even Slim Thug.
Sugar
no
Daddy
more.
Slim.
Wait. You just can't say that.
Break it down. Break it down, N.O.R.E. Break it down, N.O.R.E.
Yeah, break that down. What does that mean?
I'm 40 now. You know, I've been saving my money. I ain't never had to do no spending.
Sugar
so now
Daddy Slim.
I'm Sugar Daddy Slim. I'd rather spend my money and get what I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You flew in bitches out and all
You
that.
heard the man. You heard the man.
Yeah, man, but I'm still just, rapping, putting projects out, doing vibes, just, connecting with my people.
Right.
It's good. It's paying the bills.
And God bless you, your city, everybody out there, man.
Yeah, man.
We gonna be good.
I never in a million years would think that Texas would be hit with a pandemic and it's got something to do with cold weather.
Right.
I always identified Texas with the same way I identify Miami, like a hot climate, a place. So
Sure.
so it's crazy that that you guys are being hit with that. So God bless everyone there.
I thought this shit
Man,
made me
Texas.
think. I ain't a conspiracy theorist, but that it's something up with that.
With
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Texas getting ice storms and snow and all that shit.
But what's the
Global
theory?
warming,
What's the
man.
theory?
That
I mean,
shit real.
yeah, I don't know, but I don't think it's just an act of nature. I think
Playing with the weather.
some kind of shit.
You
there.
never heard harp? Yeah, harp. You
People
never heard
like
of
on
harp?
the
machine,
ground,
I
like
heard
trying to
of- I
burn
heard
the
of
snow.
harp.
It's not burning. It's turning black
Harp
and
is
shit.
supposedly a weapon, supposedly, that the government's used
I
to.
won't be surprised, man. You gotta think about when the Spaniards came to America, they gave the natives smallpox.
Wow. They get niggas everything.
So they had blankets they gave to them, like, hey, warm yourself up. But on the blankets was smallpox.
But, I mean,
So they gave it to them, hey, get yourself a nice cozy night with these blankets.
right.
But the natives wrap up, and then in the morning they're dying of like a disease. So I wouldn't be surprised. You had a guy, Walter Basson, who was like a master wicked scientist who made himself black to infiltrate communities, like to try to take them down. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised on like what can happen in today's time.
We
Like,
shouldn't be
it's
surprised
That's all
on
I'm
anything.
saying.
Because history has showed us that there's
crazy,
everything has
bro.
happened.
You can't put nothing past no one nowadays, man.
Everything that was a conspiracy, later on we find out, it's not so much of a conspiracy. It's real.
Right. Yeah, that's how too, where we think outside of the norm,
Right.
but really we're like overthinking it. But then there's areas where we're like not thinking as much about it, but
Right.
then there's something else going on. So
Absolutely.
like, what do you find that balance of like what's really happening? That's the difficult part to figure out.
That's very difficult.
Right.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
I mean,
The
listen,
Nets winning the championship.
facts.
Some jury.
I gotta bring a trip to New York sooner or later.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, Boston don't stand a chance.
You must then look at the roster. You must not have Wi-Fi. Kidding me? Durant, Irvin,
And Harden, man.
It's over.
And the coach
yeah,
is
well,
Nash.
I know you got money, so all bets is. What's up with that cup, though? That shit just N.O.R.E.
Huh?
That cup just did some crazy shit.
Who? EFN cup? It finger pops itself every now and then. It's on its period.
It's bleeding.
It's bleeding. It's on its period.
Shit, I see something move.
Yeah, you a conspiracy theorist?
He got little worms in there. Yeah.
Look at it.
You know tequila with the worm?
Give me one of those cups.
You want one of them? I'll give you a whole box of them.
For real. That's what's.
I mean, I don't know, N.O.R.E, man. To answer your question, bro.
Think they fucking go crazy.
I don't know, bro.
You don't know what's next for you? Come on.
I don't know what's next, man. There's so much to
We're gonna launch
accomplish.
this company. We're gonna make it like Open One. We're gonna make it like the new Camus. We're gonna have these bottles be motherfucking 3,000 and Carbone. That's what's next.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro.
He told him. He asked him what's next. Then he told them what's next.
That's what's next.
Make some noise for N.O.R.E.
We taking your shit to the next level, baby. Come on, baby. Don't tell me you don't know what's next.
When asking becomes telling.
Yeah, I dropped the blunt somewhere. But that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. The objective in that is to be able to like give the next generation that type of idea on what they can accomplish. You feel me? Like to get them to understand like there's a lot more they can accomplish if they sharpen up.
Right.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the idea. I mean, for me personally, I just roll with the flow. I roll whatever happens, whatever comes my way. You feel me? And I take advantage of the opportunity. But for the next generation, if they watch the OGs before them and learn from us and take what we saying here on Drink Champs and be able to now apply it to themselves, then now they can build themselves up to what we are. And then now they can set legacies for their children. Then their children then follow their footsteps. And then you change your community by doing that. Then, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it's a whole different paradigm shift that we probably didn't see the effects we made by sacrificing on our end to affect them, to help them get to a level that where they need to get to. You feel me? So I can't even say like what's my next step. My job is to continue to push the envelope forward, change the game, and infiltrate opportunities that we were never really involved in. You feel what I'm saying? That's the idea.
Fire.
How about you, kids, for last question?
I'm going to Floyd Mayweather's party.
Vamos!
That's what's next for me after
Turn up.
raise my family, make sure my kids are straight. I got
Man.
4 more to put through college,
Right.
You got someone in college
My
right
son
now, right?
graduated. He got a degree in psychology. My daughter's about to go to college in the next year.
Fire.
And then I got the twins and my little daughter. I just want to, make sure the kids are straight, stay healthy, keep putting out music because it's my passion. Get my Drink Champ Sports.
Let's go, you and Paul. Let's do it.
The song, Mr. Lee.
Relax, Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee wants to do a lot of things with you, bro.
But I just want to, I'm just happy to be here.
And we happy to have you, bro.
Yo, all 3 of y'all, man. Thank y'all so